Good evening. Oh, good night. Whatever. I don't know how you're celebrating. How are you all doing tonight, man? AWA Award. What's up? Just a minute, guys. Just getting some stuff. But I hope you're doing good this Wednesday after yesterday and all the chaos and all the shit is going down yesterday. Yeah, politics. End of the world, guys. It's the end of the world. The world is coming to an end. It's over, guys. The world's ending. But we're gonna. But you know what? Maybe George. I don't know. It's hard. It's the living up here is not. We're not in the best economic shape right now, so maybe hard for anybody to move up here. Where I live is expensive. All right, guys. Welcome to the stream. We're gonna try to take your mind off things. Take your mind off things, okay? Okay. We're gonna talk Sony stuff, man. Well, yeah, Sony. Again, PlayStation. No, I'm kidding. We're not talking PlayStation. Although I was considering doing a video game stream tonight. Not me playing video games, but a stream talking about video games. Okay? I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it doing a video game stream. Talking about it. Sorry guys. Sorry, I was just reading something. Just reading something. What's up, sideways? No, that's Lex Luthor, man. That's Lex Luthor. That's the Lex Luthor playbook. Okay. Sorry. I was just reading. I was just reading stuff. I was just reading something. I'm sorry if I have still dead air. Yeah, Blind is gonna join. Oh, okay. Blind's gonna join in a few minutes. Okay. Sorry, but I was really thinking of doing a video game stream. I really was. Oh, that's because I'm getting the Mario the uh the Mario and Luigi Brothers game tomorrow for the Switch. I'm getting it delivered to my place, so I'll be enjoying playing that for tomorrow and so on. so on. I'll enjoy playing that game. Probably. Hopefully. At least your Knicks loss? Yeah, the East sucks right now in the NBA. It's really, really bad. Okay. But yeah, all right, man. What? Okay, so what's the title of this video, this stream? Let's get into it. Where does Sony go from here after Kraven? All right. Agent Venom! Flash Thompson. Flash Thompson. Flash freaking Thompson. The bully of Peter Parker. Well, we don't know. Well, here's the thing. This movie just says it's development. From Dan RPK, right? From Dan RPK says this movie in development. Agent Venom. Now, right? It makes sense if you saw Venom 3, Last Dance. It makes sense why an Agent Venom movie is possible. Also, also, there, then RPK got a little of a tussle, got into a little bit of fight with Marvel Updates. And Blinded, we're going to talk about here. We talked about a bit of Blinded stream last night. Um, and on the X exchange between Dan RPK and Marvel Updates. We all know Marvel Updates. Watch Marvel Updates. Marvel Updates has been known to spread really, really false information, lies, and outrageous rumors that don't make sense. Just shock value kind of stuff. Just to get attention. Oh, they're really gonna do that, man. Nothing really happened on Blinded Stream. Nothing really happened. Nothing bad. We just talked about it. Talked about stuff. Nothing bad. Don't worry about it. Don't nothing. Okay. Marvel Updates is a weird account. Skip Bayless getting hacked is hilarious too. Okay. Now, Marvel Updates. Marvel Updates, right? Why did RPK react to Marvel Updates? Well, Marvel Updates said it's supposed to come between Doomsday and Secret Wars or something like that, right? It's about between that time period. That time period. But here's the thing, guys. That that's MCU. Why would Agent Venom be part of the MCU? It's not MCU, man. That's the thing, though. And then RPK says this. I never said. I just said it's in development. I never said there's anything. He didn't add anything. The RPK didn't add anything. He didn't say there's writers or directors or where it's going to take place, when it's moving to come out. He just says it's development. Development. That's it. Nothing. He didn't expand on that. Well, Marvel Updates, expanded on that with bullshit. The BS. Right? Yeah. So it was funny, and yeah, Marvel Updates was having a meltdown too. It was kind of funny. It was kind of funny too. It was hilarious. It was hilarious to read that thread. It was fucking hilarious. It was really, really funny. So Blind will be on soon. We'll go into more detail. Yeah. So 5 more minutes. He said 15 minutes to be on. That was 10 minutes ago. So 5 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Also, yeah, Marvel Updates has gone community notes from Twitter. That's true. I've seen that too. It's never good when you get community notes on X. On X. Never good. All right. So, okay, let's get into this. Now, first of all, this is not officially confirmed. Angel Venom. This. I'm not trying to mislead people here. Okay, Age of Venom is not confirmed by Sony. Sony hasn't come out and announced an Age of Venom movie. Okay, they haven't made it official. They haven't said that. Well, Hollywood, the major trades have not come out and said Age of Venom's happening. Nobody that's legit has said it's happening. And when I'm talking about legit, I'm talking about non-scoopers. Okay, non-scoopers. When non-scoopers come out and come out with something, yeah, even Sean Chandler called them out. Yep, yeah, I like Sean. I like that. I like how he interacts with people in X. He interacted with me. I mean, we talked about Scooper Wars, but when a legit trade or whatever comes out with a breaking news, this is happy development, whatever, then we believe it. But scoopers, you cannot take scoopers' words at face value, okay? It's not like sports. Here's the thing. I'm going to compare it to sports. George knows this. I know there's scoopers out there that don't have a real name in sports. They go by anonymous names in sports. But most of the stuff is bullshit. It's all BS. A lot of stuff they make up. The people with names, and there's some people with names that say they have scoops, it's still bullshitting. But most of the people that have names are legit insiders, legit scoopers, legit breaking news, whatever. Usually the people that hide behind an anonymous account, they're usually liars. Just saying, they're usually liars. Okay? And yes, there's people with real names that are liars too. But I'm just saying, most people behind anonymous accounts are bullshitters. Just saying that. It'll be Flash Thompson. I assume it'll be Flash Thompson. I assume it'll be Flash Thompson. Now I gotta find something on my TV. Just a minute, guys. My Raptors are playing, and my Raptors are playing right now, and they suck so bad. But they're actually playing hard. Surprisingly, they're actually playing hard, even though they suck. It's funny. My Raptors are still ahead of Milwaukee and Philadelphia. It's so strange. Scoopers are news. Thank you. See. Okay. I know I say my Raptors. I don't want the team. I know for some reason sometimes I like that. I don't own the team. It'd be hilarious if I own a sports team. I'd be like Jerry Jones. I'll be like Jerry Jones, delusional Jerry Jones. That's why I call Jerry Jones delusional. Jerry Jones is the most delusional. It's top 5 one of the most delusional owners in American sports, Jerry Jones. And DeGrasse will probably agree with me on that. Jerry Jones is very delusional. It should not be the GM of his team. He should not be GM. He should give it to an actual person that has and knows football. Okay. That's whatever. That is the news. Okay. Yeah. I'm just waiting for Blinded, and everybody's gonna come on. All right. God, yeah. All right, so I'm gonna invite people on. Where was I? I'm glad. I hopefully take your mind off things, guys. Really. After yesterday, that's why man. I hope to do that. I hope to continue doing that. Take your mind off stuff. Okay. Yeah. True. All right. So, okay, Blindness should be on in a couple minutes. Okay. Invitations will go out. So I'm all for Agent Venom if it will happen. Okay. Now after seeing Venom 3, it's quite possible. Okay. It's quite possible. Okay. With No, it's going to be a minute. Yeah, take your time with it. But we got to see No, man. And okay, with No showing at the end. No, well, the thing is, No, I guess it's technically he could be free now. Oh, here's Blinded. Okay, Blinded. Agent Venom versus No. Yeah,
What's
Agent
up?
Venom will beat No, man. I'm sorry, he needs a team.
Yeah, he needs a team.
Like it was so stupid. Like still so stupid. People. Oh no, it's gonna be a Spider-Man 4. Yeah. What? Or like, no, Spider-Man can't do anything against No either, guys. Do you see how the symbiote struggled against the Xenophage pages? The Xenophage. They struggled against them. What are you gonna do against
Yeah.
No? Right?
Well, I mean, if they are doing the Sinister Six movie, I guess Agent Venom will be on that team.
I don't even think the Sinister Six could beat No. Depends on the team. I don't even think any
I
member.
don't think they
Honestly.
can, but I think Sony will make them.
They have to because he's a villain. He has to be defeated eventually, right? They have to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's common hero villain. It's common sense.
Yeah. I mean, for Agent Venom, there is a couple of symbiotes that they left out. They could also do.
Yep.
I think also, I feel like Sony should bring back Carnage somehow.
What
And
happened to that symbiote? I forgot what happened in Carnage. What happened to that
yeah,
symbiote?
I know he like blew up, but can't they just make up some bullshit and make him come
and
back? 'Cause
survived.
in all reality, I think
Okay.
the character who should have actually came back was Carnage.
Carnage.
Like if Venom can blow up like that and under like what it was like toxic waste or whatever it was,
Mm-hmm.
I don't see why they can't make up some bullshit about Carnage. Because yeah, I think to be honest, even though I didn't mind the movie like other people, I think Carnage definitely deserves to be a reoccurring character.
Venom ate the
Venom
Carnage.
A Carnage. Oh shit, I forgot. Okay. Well, I mean, he can make another offspring. I guess that's another Carnage. But I know
which he
what's his
has.
name is dead. I don't know. I think they need to figure out a way of whatever the ending of Let There Be Carnage. That needs to just go the fuck away. I can't even really remember the movie. I just remember it wasn't as bad as people were
I don't
saying.
like I don't like Cleus Cassie being in love. Like I just don't
It
think
was all right. I mean,
I just don't think it. To me, Cleus Cassidy is kind of like I wouldn't say he's like the Marvel's Joker, but the way
mm,
he, the way he is, the way he thinks, the way his insanity is, he's the closest to the Joker in terms of insanity.
mhm.
They just have different, like because I don't. They just look. There's just even Joker says Carnage is too much for him at times, but he is
Right,
kind of like their Joker, Marvel's Joker, in terms of he's just crazy, insanity. He's just
right.
nuts. I mean, he was like from the minute he was born as a kid. Like Carnage was like Cleus Cassie from the day he was born, right? Like
Mhm.
from a kid and all that. He was just born a psychotic kid, a psychopath.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this whole Agent
Hey
Venom.
Anthony, hey George.
Oh, what's up, George?
2032, you could one for 2028. Oh, you have to be
Oh,
No,
35.
that is true.
yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
gotta
you
be
have to be
35.
35.
I'll be 36 that year, so I'll be
Look at
eligible
the
to run.
look at the bright side, guys. You only have to 4 years of Trump. He can't run again. You know that, right?
Yeah, he can't run again.
He'll try. I'll bet you, Billy. He'll try. He'll try.
all I
You
can
probably
say
get
is,
JD Vance to run, but
yo,
JD,
me versus JD, let's go.
oh man.
Me versus Elon, bring it on,
Uh,
bring it
we
on.
the
Elon. That's
Democrats.
the. Oh
The
man.
Democrats need somebody like a Trump. I'm
I'll,
But
sorry,
yeah,
I'll,
but they're never gonna do that. That's the thing.
no,
but they
I'll
need it.
volunteer. I'll volunteer. They need someone young,
Yes.
charismatic, funny, and actually knows how to talk to people. I talk to the everyman every day.
Yes.
Yeah, the Democrats. They don't seem like they're that interested,
Well,
unfortunately.
they don't seem they're not willing to go. The Democrats are pussies. Okay, uh,
Listen.
they're
Here,
not willing to. Yeah, they're not willing to play the game, and that's what cost them.
Hmm.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
This is why I'd be a
Sorry,
good candidate.
Degrassi. I know Degrassi actually agreed with me in privately
This is
though.
why I'd be a good candidate.
Yeah.
I'm a former Republican. I know what the Republicans want before Trump came along. Now I'm an independent that voted Democrat the last
Oh,
couple times.
oh yeah.
I know
Wait,
how
wait,
to
wait,
talk
wait.
to people. I know what the people want. So you better elect me. And by the way, I'm gonna make a bunch of clerks references during this campaign trail that will make people want to vote for me. I'll appoint Kevin Smith as my Secretary of State.
Oh my God!
Mm,
If they make Claire Sarge Victor Von
Kevin,
Doom
oh man.
kind of like
Okay, not
a,
okay,
a
maybe not him, but
Donald Trump.
I'll definitely like make Elon Musk look like the little soy boy that he really is.
Damn.
Oh
Well,
my
hold
God!
on. PSA. Unfortunately, we are not bringing in any Americans. Sorry,
Yeah,
buddy. We got a lot of problems here. Okay,
yeah,
we
yeah.
like you guys are complaining about inflation. We have
We have
inflation,
inflation.
and
I'm not complaining
inflation
about
goes
It's not
inflation.
getting
every
any
fucking
better.
week.
Listen,
Yeah,
listen,
it's not getting any
listen.
better for us.
All I can say is I'm not complaining about inflation, but I don't want to hear these people complain about their groceries in the next 4 years when Trump does nothing about them.
All I know is you guys. Yeah, listen. Okay, the
All I can
inflation.
say is
All,
Canada,
all
please
the
don't build
problems.
a wall.
All the
What?
problem. Well, we're gonna have to if these
Mark
people.
Cuban should run for the
Because where are they gonna
Democrats.
go? Like me and Aaron are saying this. It's like all these people say this every year. If let's say they were to go, where are they gonna go? They're
The
gonna come to
Canadians. I'm
Toronto.
sorry, but the
They're gonna
Canadians
come
are.
to Vancouver. Those are places that are jam packed. We can
There's only
barely even survive here. So please
there's
do
only
not
yeah.
come.
Let
There's
me tell
no
you
other
something.
cities.
Canada, Blind is right. There's only a couple cities in Canada where immigrants go. They go nowhere else. It's Toronto, Vancouver, and
Yeah,
maybe
and
Montreal. Yeah,
it's getting absolutely insane
yeah.
here. Like
They're not willing to go in the other cities,
Don't you have like
and
a far right candidate that's running as well?
we
no,
have the
but those
second
people don't really go anywhere. That's the thing.
we have the second most land mass in the world, but everybody lives more than half the Canadians live in Quebec, Ontario,
Yeah.
and British
Most
Columbia.
most of the people who live
Yeah,
in Canada live in southern Ontario.
Yeah.
Listen, all I can say is I was never born in Italy, even though I'm
In
Italian.
fact,
But my grandparents are from Italy. If Trump listen, if Trump deports me and my family to Italy, all I can say is, you know what? That's the gift that keeps on coming because I want to go to Italy.
California's population is around 39 million, right?
Yeah,
Do you know how much Canada's population? We just passed 40 million.
40. We just passed 40.
Yo,
California,
damn.
everybody in California could fit in Canada.
Yeah.
Yo, here's the thing though. I'll say this before I give my thoughts on the Sony thing. I'm seeing all these like
Canada's a
people
nice
that
city. I mean, it's a nice country to visit. It's just
I'm seeing
Yeah,
all these
not right now to live in
these
major
no, not
idiots
to live.
I saw this idiotic map that someone made of like trying to put Washington, Oregon, and California as part of Canada. I was like, no, Canada,
No.
don't take them.
Well, we're not going to take them.
Good. I mean, I
No.
get it. They're liberal states, but it's like, dude, you don't want Hollywood.
Yeah, but the
You don't
thing
want
is,
the-
like, your liberal states is not really liberal
you
like
want
our
our conservative?
country.
You know what our conservative province? It's the middle provinces: Alberta.
Yeah, but
and-
even our conservatives are technically
yeah.
more liberal than the U.S.
I would probably
But the
fit in
thing
well with
is, with Pierre Poilievre around Blunt, with Pierre Poilievre, it's starting to get there.
I highly doubt that guy will
But-
get in. I mean,
but you know-
they said that about the other guy. I don't even remember his name.
Oh yeah,
That was
yeah.
like
Andrew
that was
Scheer.
like, yeah. So they always say that, and then Trudeau gets back.
Hey
in.
man, hey Degrassi, welcome to Canada, man. Our food is expensive. It doesn't
Well, all I
get any
can
lower.
say is
Yeah,
there's
the
a
thing is, like,
similarity. There's a similarity between yesterday's election and every decision Sony
And
makes.
here's the thing, guys.
America and
we'll never put up a
Sony
wall.
don't know how to learn their lessons.
Here's the thing. We'll never put up the wall to block the Americans from coming in. You know why? Because Canadians are wusses. I'm sorry, it's a fact.
no, we actually have a pretty strict border.
Yeah, we do, but like we're known to be kind of soft.
Yeah, I mean,
You
the
know,
thing is, like, even our immigration policies are hard, even though they are doing mass immigration here, which, like, it's going to cripple the major cities. Like, if you're bringing in millions of people in a year, that's fucking insane. Like, it's not going to work out.
And
Like,
yeah,
city's
and the
only,
thing
like,
is, the
what?
problem is, where are you going to put them on? You're going to put them on the big cities. We can't.
There's
How are you
there's
gonna-
barely any houses in Toronto.
I'm
they-
like, guys, Canada, if you're going to let immigration, you got to fill out some of these other provinces.
Oh yeah, and in Toronto, like, pretty much, it's freaking insane, right? Like, the house that I live in is practically $1 million. When you look on the street,
Yes!
it does not look like $1 million house.
No. Yes, that's true. In Toronto, houses are like small houses
Yeah,
are like $1 million.
Small houses are like $1 million.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
the
could
house that
you could become a millionaire for selling your house. A house
Yeah,
does not be $1 million.
yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like, actually insane. And if you go downtown, like, some of these smaller houses that you would never figure, they're like $2-3 million.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Can you imagine what what that must mean for an actual luxury manor condo in Toronto must be worth if a regular house.
Oh yeah,
small
probably like
Like-
10 million plus.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's getting really, really expensive.
Oh, Canada's hard to move to,
No,
man. I'm sorry. Like,
We got the thing is, the Americans, all the problems that the Americans have, I feel like it actually applies.
yeah,
way
you
more
guys
to
actually had it
us.
better than us.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah, like, when you guys complain about immigration, we have a massive immigration problem that the government is actually now only trying to crack down on, right? They actually do acknowledge that, yes,
Yeah.
there is a problem. They also acknowledge that, yes, we have insane inflations. The grocery stores are all co-opted by
They're
one
gouging the prices, yeah. And the
yeah,
restaurants,
one
too.
store.
The food,
Well, I mean, yeah.
sector is really
Yeah, if you look into our politics, it's pretty bad. I mean, it's really bad. I mean, on all levels.
you
of
guys.
government,
Yeah,
I
I'm
have
sorry,
no
but you
clue what
Americans
they're
had it
doing.
better than us. Like the last 4 years,
Yeah, Yep.
like the pandemic really hurt us compared to you guys.
Like
Yeah,
here's
really
the thing
bad.
here's the thing that I'm gonna say like in all honesty, the last 4 years were well once we got out of COVID and up to now was not bad. In fact, I'll say this: before COVID, the first 3 years under Trump weren't really even as bad as people made it seem like. It was during COVID that
No,
I
it
think
was.
his,
No,
I would
because
say it's
each
COVID. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, COVID
Each-
really exposed how he mishandled stuff. Like the first
Yeah.
3 years
I mean,
was
to be
fine.
fair, to be fair, all levels of government, even our government, really fucked up with COVID for sure. On all levels, like, I mean, our administration was a laughing stock. Like, they literally, the health, what do you call it? I'm forgetting the name.
I forgot their
But
culture, but I know what you're talking
But
about. The
you
health.
know who I'm talking about. They had a massive controversy because she said, when you guys are having sex, make sure to wear masks.
Oh
Yeah.
After that,
yeah.
everybody stopped taking them
Yeah,
serious.
she
Because
was
you're like,
crazy.
you're telling
This
me people who live in the house who are not interacting with other people,
Yeah.
they still need to wear masks inside their house. It was fucking insane. It's like,
well,
what?
this is the last thing I'll say before I get back to the Sony stuff.
I'm
I
sorry,
understand.
guys.
I understand people are worried. I mean, look, I'm a straight white male. I'm still a registered Republican. I'm not a liberal. I'm not like a lot of these other groups who feel scared and threatened. Look, I'm nervous too because I'm worried about my health care. I'm worried about
If you
a lot
push
of my.
RFK in charge of
I'm
health,
worried about.
you're fucked.
I'm worried
You're
about a lot of my
fucked.
friends and
Robert
others.
Kennedy.
But look, I've heard stuff about Canada's healthcare
If you
that's even more concerning. So
if you put
my
I
thing
like our
is,
healthcare, but the
if
more
you put
people who come
If
over
you put
here,
Robert Kennedy in charge of health, you guys are
oh, we're screwed.
fucked.
Oh yeah, we're
You
screwed.
guys are fucked.
Yeah, we're screwed. But the thing is what I'm gonna say. Stay and fight. We got midterms that are coming out in 2 years, so you got a chance to vote for people in
22 million in America.
Senate to block a lot of stuff that Trump does. So my thing is like don't be too scared. Don't be too nervous. And there's always going to be people in the United States that are going to help. Not everyone's a coward. Not everyone's a sleazebag. The work's just getting started, and
And it just proved. It just
20
also proved. It's also proved that social media is just a bubble.
and
well, on
this
social
is
media right now, everybody's losing their minds.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
but
have to
here's the
put
other
threads
thing that I'm
now
gonna
because
say. This is the other thing I'm gonna say. I think a lot of people just vote for him just because they see politics as entertainment. They don't really care about the policies. And I think when someone like JD Vance runs in 2028, I think the hype will die
The
down.
difference is, I think I know.
probably,
Like,
yeah, most likely.
the thing is, Mike
agree.
I
Pence.
think the hype's gonna die down. But here's the thing: whether you're the Democrats or
He
you're
chose-
a third part, or you're a third party that wants to get in, that wants to make your mark, you got to figure something out so this doesn't happen again.
He chose a vice president that'll fall in line. Mike Pence did not always fall in line with Trump.
But well, here's the thing.
Mike
Here's the
Pence
thing.
says Donald Trump shouldn't even be president. There's a
Exactly.
saying that.
Well, here's the thing that my mom thinks, because I think Trump's full of it when he says he wants to implement stuff like Project 2025. I don't think. Well,
didn't
he doesn't want to
say
implement
he
it. He just,
Then he said that was extreme.
Yeah, but
though.
that's you
Yeah.
can say it was. But you don't think?
Well,
he
here's the
knew-
thing. I don't
knows
think he's
about
going
it?
to implement it, but I think JD Vance.
I don't think he
who's
gets
a
that passed
big-
though. I don't think he could legally get that passed though.
Yeah, but here's the thing. My mom has a crazy prediction because she hates Trump. She thinks JD Vance will 25th amend him and he'll become president because Trump's
You think
old.
he'll backstab him? Oof.
Oh,
JD
probably.
Vance-
Trump,
Listen. JD Vance once called Trump Hitler back in 2016.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
He
JD
did?
Vance used to hate Trump. A lot of these people used to hate Trump until Trump empowered them.
Yeah.
So,
shit.
JD
I'm gonna have
Vance-
to do some
listen,
research now.
If JD Vance is
He did
the
call him Hitler. I
president
remember that.
think he is, I wouldn't be surprised if like the moment Trump starts showing signs of dementia and even some Republicans are growing concerned, JD will backstab him, 25th amend him, and he becomes president. He's young. You don't have to worry about the age gap with him. So, and here's the thing: where Trump doesn't believe in Project 2025, because I don't think Trump's really going to do anything with it.
Even you think the grass?
JD's going to do something. JD.
You think in
is
2028, even when
dude.
Trump cannot run again, you still don't think it's going to be a free and fair election? So now that's the thing is.
Listen, all
You know
I
what?
wanna say
You know
is-
the people that they think is going to run in 2028 for a Democrat. They probably think it's
Who?
going to be the California governor Newsom.
Man,
Well, here's the
That's a
unfortunate thing. This is the unfortunate thing. It seems like they're gonna go with another white male candidate. That's how it's looking like.
I'm telling you.
Because here's the thing. Here's the sad reality.
I say this on Blindness Stream. No disrespect. Like, I'm not trying to be sexist here. I don't think a woman will become president for a long time because I think some countries don't want to deal with a woman.
Here's the
I don't really agree. I think it's just there. She was not. I think if she was going up against any other candidate, she didn't have that much.
Sure. She didn't have a lot of time prepared too. She had like 3 months.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Here's the bottom line. I'm not saying America is sexist. I'm not one of those people, but I think there's still some people that still aren't used to the idea that a woman could be president. Because think about it with Trump. He beat Hillary Clinton. In the Republican primary, he beat Nikki Haley, who was a more qualified woman than him.
Yes.
A more traditional conservative woman than him. And now he Kamala Harris, who, despite running for a short amount of time, was still more qualified than him. 3 qualified.
Well, she's a national politician. She knows law. She did all that.
Three qualified women.
Yeah.
Did not beat
Well,
them.
I mean,
it took a white guy.
The thing is,
that got senile to beat him.
Democrats did this themselves by hiding behind Biden's
that's
dementia, whatever he's suffering from.
Why did they also? How come Joe Biden walked back what he said? He was only going to do a 1 term.
Then all of a sudden he did a
second.
Here's the thing. It's the old school mentality. It's like he used to be. Here's the thing. He used to be the kid that got bullied in school. Trump's a bully. He sees this as a moment to stand up to the bully. He beat the bully in 2020, and he was like, you know what? Maybe I can beat the bully again. It's like a male chauvinist thing. I gotta own the bully again.
No.
See thing. Yeah, they did it to themselves, the Democrats.
They did do it to themselves. I don't really. I mean, a couple of months ago, I knew he was going to win. It was way too obvious that he was.
I said he was. I didn't want him to win, but I said when he was going to win the day he was that day when he was going that got shot in the ear.
Yeah, the day he got shot, I knew he was going to win.
Yeah, I'm like that too, and
before I didn't think so, but yeah.
Here's the crazy thing: he's going to win the popular vote. He's winning the popular vote by a lot, so it's like you can't even make the case of getting rid of the electoral college.
The way he talks, the way he presents himself, the way he's so like the Democrats need. I mean, you don't have to go grotesque, the stupid stuff like that, but the way he, but it's how he does it. The Democrats need somebody like that. Like the pain begins. Let's get back to this. I mean, don't worry, you need a strong. But yeah, Blind, before we actually continue, we had a prime minister that was a woman before.
Yeah, she lasted very short time.
But my last thought is this. 2020 was a new hope. We are now in The Empire Strikes Back. Return of the Jedi is going to be in 4 years.
Yeah, you know what? You know what's going to happen? You're going to see every time he gets interviewed, or like he's at one of those White House, right? White House and be interviewed by the press and stuff. The press asking questions. He's gonna end up looking like Senator Palpatine.
Yeah. But yeah, no, literally, this is literally how the Star Wars original trilogy went. Randall, it's Return of the Jedi. It ain't Return of the King. It's of the Jedi. Like
yes.
So it's like America, we coming back. We aren't fully dead yet. I still believe in this country. I don't believe in Sony, though.
I don't believe in Sony.
Sony is a Japanese company.
The similarity between America and Sony is that they still haven't learned their lesson. Sony's never going to learn their lesson. I mean, good Lord.
Sony as a company right now is very questionable from all their divisions. Overall, for sure, yes. I don't know what they're doing with their cameras. I don't know what they're doing with PlayStation. I don't know what they're doing with their movies, and I don't know what they're doing with their music. So yeah, they're all over the fucking place.
Oh my
PlayStation right now is looking real grim right now.
I went on the PS Store today to see upcoming releases. I'm like, nothing really interesting there.
No, this month is pretty dry.
Yeah, it's
This month's pretty
Nintendo.
dry.
Well, Nintendo is this month. Oh, well, no, tomorrow. December. Yeah.
Indiana
You know
Jones.
what? It's not a usually fall and winter for video games in general is really an exciting time because it's usually when a lot of the A-list games comes out. But this year
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like that.
Well, to be fair, Assassin's Creed did get delayed, which
Oh
I mean,
yes, yes, yes.
I mean,
That's supposed to be
I don't
out.
know what difference that would have made to delay it a couple of months because the game is still going to be dog shit. But
I
okay,
it only seems like a couple this time of year around instead of a lot.
no, yeah,
Like
this year was pretty dry for games.
yeah, it
For
was
sure.
bad. Yeah, yeah. This was not a good year for video games. 2023 was a great year for video games.
I'd also say it was a pretty bad year for movies too. It was pretty mid.
Yeah,
A
I
lot of the
agree.
movies people were hyping up, I didn't really care for them, unfortunately. So it is what
Yeah,
it is.
the
All I
TV
know
side of
is
things
at
are
the
okay.
Game Awards, yeah, TV at the beginning of the year was kind of slow. It was kind of slow.
Yeah, yeah. It was kind of slow TV
I mean, they
wise.
did have. I still didn't see Shogun, but
Shogun was
yeah.
amazing.
All
It
I
was
know
amazing.
is Astro Bot, Silent Hill 2. They need to win some shit at the Game Awards. That's it. That's all I care about.
Yeah,
Everything
I mean,
else, I
I
really
honestly don't think there's gonna be a lot of competition for Game Awards this year in categories like last year.
no, yeah. But if Astrobot doesn't win anything, that's it. That's gonna be it.
Yeah, Degrassi's kind of right. Like, video games definitely hit a wall, especially this year. The good
Yeah,
news
this year for
is
sure.
GTA is still on track for next year.
I think
It's
that's
good.
getting delayed.
Just watch, just watch, just watch. But yeah, Age of Venom. Now, okay, so Blinded. We talked about this on your stream. George knows about this already. That little tussle between that RPK and Marvel Update.
Yo, because I was the one that showed it to you yesterday, Aaron. Because
Yeah, George showed it to
well,
me.
here's the thing: I discovered it because I follow Sean Chandler on Twitter. Sean Chandler like quote tweeted it. I was like, wait, what's
Yeah.
going on? Because Sean Chandler rarely comments about Scoopers because he's one of the more legit movie critics out there. And I saw like the meltdown that Marvel Updates was doing, and I always know Marvel Updates is full of it. I mean, Marvel Updates like a year or two ago like was making all these
You know-
claims about Marvel movies that weren't even announced yet. Like they were saying all this stuff about Spider-Man 4 when it's like Spider-Man
The
4
thing
don't even
is-
have a director at the time.
Some of the scoopers that we know, even though some of the stuff they come up with bullshit, but some of the stuff they try to make it seem like it makes sense. Marvel Updates, the scoops from Marvel Updates, there's no comment, there's no sense in any of them.
There's not even like a citation, like who or like a like.
Well, the
a
problem that
retweet.
they had, and I was saying this, is the reason why Daniel RPK, even though Daniel RPK has gotten stuff wrong, they posted something that wasn't in his claim, right? He just said they're making an Age of Venom movie, but Marvel Update also added that, it's going to be before Secret Wars and it's going to tie into Silver Sable. And they never specified who said that. They just made it seem like Daniel RPK.
Yeah, they came up with it. Yeah, Daniel RPK, yeah. And Daniel RPK just says in development. Daniel RPK just says in development. That's it. He didn't expand on it at all. Didn't expand on it. And when people, I'm like, why would this be a sequel before Secret Wars? This is a Sony movie.
Right.
Like, why?
Yeah, well, I'm guessing. My guess was they're just putting out a time frame because we know the date for Secret Wars is 2027. So it could be possible that maybe Agent Venom comes out in 2026 or maybe early 2026.
Well, here's the other thing. This started off from Daniel RPK calling out Marvel Updates for missaying what Daniel RPK had said.
Yeah,
I think
Daniel RPK was like, "Wait a minute, I didn't say this." And then people just started going after Marvel Updates, and Marvel Updates snapped. And look, you're right.
Yeah, he snapped in the most hilarious way possible.
Yeah. And like, here's the thing. Yes, Daniel RPK has.
I think he's been
wrong.
I think he went.
But compared to My Time to Shine, Hello, and all these other scoopers, he's gotten more stuff.
He has
right
a better track record
people.
for sure.
Yeah, better.
Like definitely with No Way Home, and RPK like was one of the few that owned up and said, "Yeah, I got this scoop about No Way Home. I think it was about the Rhino wrong because there were rumors that
Yeah.
Paul Giamatti's Rhino was
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
be in No Way
Well, he
Home.
wasn't necessarily wrong, but he didn't appear in the movie. Yes, because we know from concept art that the Rhino was going to be in the movie,
I think they
and
pulled him
Venom
because
at
of the
one
Kraven
point too.
stuff. I think it's because they pulled him because they wanted to be in Kraven.
I
A
don't know
different
why
Rhino.
they pulled Rhino. To be
Well, what
honest,
was
I
Kraven
think
announced? What year?
I think the rumor was that Marvel and Sony didn't want to do the Sinister Six in No Way Home,
But the thing is,
and so they removed the sixth member.
it makes sense. It makes sense to remove the Rhino because the villains that they use in No Way Home, there's actually redeeming qualities about them. Even Green Goblin,
Right. But I
like
mean, the lizard,
mine.
the lizard didn't really have a lot of screen time though.
But Wizard was still a tragic villain, right? Because like it's Kirk Connor's trying to do good. Electro was kind of a tragic villain. Even Green Goblin to an extent is a
Kind
tragic
of.
villain.
I
Sandman
don't.
is.
The
My
lizard was
point
trying
is,
to turn everybody into lizard people.
yeah, he was, but like he's still kind of. But compared to Rhino, was a thief. Was a
Yeah,
thief.
Rhino was just like
Just a
some
bad guy. Yeah,
cartoony Russian
yeah.
guy shooting up a bunch of people. Yeah, I get it, but it's like it is a little bit weird that it's like,
He
yeah,
just
you
didn't
could have just
fit.
done the Sinister
He would.
Six
He wouldn't just
and
fit the
called it a
cast of
day,
characters they
but
would use for that movie. The point of that movie. That's the
yeah, but
thing.
also too, Paul Giamatti's a great actor. I mean,
Yeah, but the thing
they also
is,
wasted Tom Hardy too. Tom Hardy could have been in the movie
Tom,
as well.
he was a great. He watching me was a great actor, but that was over the top acting. He was
Yeah,
having so
that
much
was
fun.
some true
Like,
camp.
yeah, that was
Yeah, for sure.
like, it's like I'm pretty sure the Rhino we're getting now is not going to be like that. Because I
I
think
feel like they would do an Agent Venom movie, Degrassi, just because I mean it is distinctly different, and Agent Venom was around in the comics for quite some time. Like there
mhm,
was a period of time where Eddie Brock was not Venom, and it was actually pretty popular,
there's a
surprisingly.
lot of characters, right? That were not Venom. Yeah, and Agent. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, I think it was like I because there was also a time where Agent Venom was even
hey,
on
Degrassi.
Guardians of the
I
Galaxy.
don't think honestly, I don't think Sony really cares.
I mean, to be honest, Venom 3, yeah, I didn't. It's not doing
Because
all that great,
if
but it's still doing pretty
if they
decent.
cared, if they cared, they would make sure their other Spider-Man related movies were good or at least
I
decent.
think if they were smart enough, they would continue doing Venom because that's the only thing that really is been successful.
Yeah,
And
even
Age
this
of
one. I
Venom
mean,
is a
this
new premise.
even
It's
though this
not
is the least.
necessarily a
I
fourth
mean, even though
movie,
this was
but
a flop and the least box office generated revenue,
mhm.
right? It overall
I
has
wouldn't
business
call it a
though.
flop. I wouldn't call it a flop because it made back its production
Did
money. It's
it?
still going. Yeah, it
Okay.
did. So it's still going. It's not near the other two movies, but for a third movie,
But
it did hold pretty well in
the
its
thing
second
is,
weekend. So
Carnage came out. I remember I remember seeing Carnage. I went to the
mhm.
theater seeing Carnage in what October 2021 when theaters
Yeah,
opened again in Toronto in our area. But the thing is, you have to wear a mask, and he still had to separate seating.
yeah, but there were still a lot of people when I went to go see Venom too,
Yeah,
and there
it's
really wasn't any sort of. I think Venom. I think the problem with Venom 3 is for a
it was
end trilogy, it was there. It wasn't
it
as big of a deal. Like it's just Eddie really fighting. There's to be honest, there's really no major villain. Like Null
Venom 3.
is like a
But
background character who's
he says,
manipulating
yeah,
stuff,
there
but
is no
he's not
major
the main
villain.
villain.
He said
Yeah,
they're setting him up to be a major villain, right?
yeah.
Like, yeah,
Because I mean, if
the
Sony is going to continue with these Spider-Man movies, Venom definitely has the most potential. And for whatever reason, Marvel is giving them a lot of content to do if they want to do future movies. I mean, you could easily bring back Eddie Brock and maybe, I don't know, like years down the road, and then he can have his son, and then his son is Venom too. Like, and then you also have all the Venomized stuff. I think they also just announced that they're doing Spider-Verse versus Venomverse. So
yeah,
there's a yeah, like
that'd be
Marvel
hilarious.
is pretty much giving them like a shit ton of
They
content, and
should
Sony could do whatever the fuck they want.
they should have kept Venom in the
So
MCU for a little bit.
now I even wonder too, is Spider-Man 4? I'm going to guess it has nothing to do with Venom. Like it's not even gonna have the black suit, is my guess too.
Yeah, well, I don't know what's going on with that. With that,
I
with
wouldn't be
that.
surprised if Venom like doesn't show up in the um the MCU for what we said quite some time, but it's been 6 years since the first Venom.
It'd be like 2 years,
Yeah.
right? If they do have like a Venom in Spider-Man 4, it'd be like 2 years. Um,
I personally think Marvel should force Sony into making let Marvel make the spin-off movies for Sony creatively.
oh,
Like
that's
let
what I've been
Marvel
saying.
just hire the people, make the movie, and then let it be a Sony movie. And then they get like a smaller percentage, but they would get a bigger percentage on the Spider-Man movies, right? Because I feel like what is the point of making all these spin-off movies if they're not going to be successful? And you're just going to ruin the Marvel brand on top of that too. So I don't really understand, but it is what it is, I guess.
Hot take. You know what? You know what they should have done.
Yeah, they should have done that.
You know what they should have done. The beginning of the film, the null stuff.
Hmm.
That should have been after crash scene of Venom and Carnage. To me, that could have been after crash scene of the Venom and Carnage. You could have cut. You could have cut. Seriously, you could have cut that out at the beginning of Venom 3 and have that as a cut after crash scene. Venom at the Carnage just set up Last Dance. I think it would have been better.
Possibly. I feel like The Last Dance, a third Venom movie, really should have been Venom versus Spider-Man. That's what it really should have been. But you know,
We're doing when it talks about doing
who
Spider-Man
knows
versus
what they're
Venom.
even doing?
No, Spider-Man versus Venom. Yeah.
Who
See,
knows?
the thing is, I don't. The thing is, remember, like in No Way Home,
Mhm.
you looked at Tom Holland's Spider-Man when he revealed himself, and nothing. Like that got people hyped. And
Yeah, it
Carnage,
did.
not
Yeah.
Carnage, Sony got cold feet and pulled back on that. And yeah, No Way Home was great, but like
Yeah,
that,
I still wonder if we'll ever. Which okay, by the way, too, people are saying that in Venom 3, when you see the symbiote at the bar, apparently that's not a retcon. It's just that the Venom symbiote ended up in two universes.
oh
Uh,
no 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 no
but I
no,
don't really understand that because it's the exact same shot, and the
yes,
way that he leaves, again, it
no
doesn't really make a lot of sense to me.
no, the
So
way it was on the coin, right? Like the coin.
yeah,
No, that was not. That's what happened was Venom when he left the bar. It's like keep the change, right? Keep the change. He left part of Sibby on the coin.
right. But that same shot was in No Way Home.
Yeah,
Right when he leaves, the thing attaches itself. Wasn't it on a coin too?
I don't remember.
It looks like the exact same shot. Maybe I'm misremembering or whatever it is, but yeah, because I thought when I first saw the movie it was a retcon that there is no symbiote in the MCU. Which I mean, to be honest, at this rate, if the MCU is going to do symbiotes, it's clearly not going to be from space and all that stuff. It's probably going to be the Ultimate
Scientific.
Universe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's my guess. And then maybe they could attach it to something else because it's like, why set up all the space stuff in the MCU when they're not even going to really expand on it that much because Sony's already doing that.
Sony has no control, no say, no financial
Yeah.
interest over any license for any Spider-Man related consumer products. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean they got to use what they already have, right? Marvel could do whatever the hell they want with the part of Spider-Man that they own. But that's what I was saying, that Marvel is giving them a lot of content.
The thing is, even Avengers will have trouble with the xenophages because the xenophages they rejuvenate, man.
Yeah, they would. Well,
Because
right now
you could
the Avengers are fighting Xenomorphs in the comics, and
xenomorphs.
yeah,
Yeah,
aliens
but
versus Avengers.
Yeah, but the xenophages, man, guys, like you see in the in the movie, they regenerate, right? What I mean by that,
Yeah.
your body parts are
I
all
mean,
over the place,
you pretty
but
much can vaporize them and they still come back.
yeah, yeah, you can't cut them in half. I think, does decapitation work?
I don't even know.
Yeah, like, what can you imagine Nas like?
Hmm.
So Nas was in prison, right? So is he in prison to that throne, right?
Yeah, he was in prison on the throne.
Like,
I
uh,
don't. The thing is, with this null thing,
what?
The thing is, Noel would work so much better off for like an Avengers movie.
yeah,
Well, you know,
it'd make a lot more sense if it's in the MCU. But like, because then I feel like, I mean, what? Honestly, all the interesting stuff about that run, it's kind of gone. What is he saying? I'm not talking about movie/TV, right? I'm talking about product license. Sony let that go. Yeah. They
Yeah,
let
yeah.
that go the last time. Yeah. Sony doesn't get anything from merchandise and stuff like that.
Of course not. They
They
don't
don't. They
own.
don't own the animated television rights either.
No, no,
Marvel
that's
does.
Marvel. No, they only own the film rights
Yeah,
in
just the film and live
TV.
action TV. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they could do animated movies though.
yeah.
I think that also might be that. I hope that rumor is true that Seth Rogen is developing a Venom rated R animated movie. I really, really do hope that's true. But I don't know. At this point, it seems like. I mean, another thing that people forgot about is that Lord and Miller had a 5-year contract with Sony.
This,
They wasted the 5-year contract, and
yeah.
now the only thing that we got out of it was the animated Spider-Man movies, which they were going to do regardless, and Spider-Man Noir,
We
which
were supposed to get part two of Into the Spider Verse this year.
we're not we're not going to get that for quite some time.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a few years.
I wouldn't be surprised if that movie comes out after Secret Wars.
maybe. Yeah, there was no Venom products. I
Yeah,
see.
there wasn't.
I think I
Same
did
thing with
see Venom
Morbius.
products, and they pulled it off the market.
I don't think there was any.
Uh, yeah, there was late to no Venom. Yeah,
Mm,
30-minute,
yeah,
hour long.
I really, I mean, I really hope we can finally get like some announcement of Spider-Man 4, just so like we can understand what the premise is at least, or that just give us like a title.
Spider-Man 4. No more
Because
homes.
I am like a little bit confused on how is Spider-Man 4 really going to work if it's not if it is true that it's not a multiverse story. Why is it sandwiched in between two Avengers multiverse movies?
It could be. It could be similar like a Captain Marvel thing, where Captain Marvel wasn't technically, even though it was prequel. Well, it wasn't really a
I
prequel.
feel
It
like
was.
that would kind of be a shame if there isn't like the story isn't taking place on
It
Battle
could be.
World or
It could be like Ant Man. You know, Ant Man and the Wasp. That came
yeah,
out
but Ant-Man and the Wasp had nothing to do with Infinity War.
until the end. Credit scenes.
Yeah, until the
It could
ending.
be like that.
I
We have
don't
to
know. I
credit.
don't even like Ant-Man and
I
the
don't
Wasp,
know.
so I personally wouldn't want that. We'll see. I
I
mean,
don't think.
I'm
Yeah, I don't think they're
anticipating
going.
Spider-Man 4 though.
I don't think we're. I don't think we're getting a sequel to Man of Realm. Period.
No, yeah,
Oh
Most
my!
and
likely, if we get a
Morbius.
Man of Realm, it'll most likely be cast a different film or reboot. Oh,
Yo,
Probably
I can
not.
see
They should
I
just
can
avoid
see
that shit altogether.
I can see if like Deadpool ever crossed over to
Yeah.
Spider-Man and Deadpool referencing Madam Web and saying, "I'm glad you don't claim that series." Oh my god, I still can't believe Madam Web was a movie that happened.
It was still a very entertaining movie, a very entertaining bad movie.
is it? Is it Sony the same company that did 50 Shades of Grey?
Wait, what about 50 Shades?
Was that Sony?
Universal, I think.
It's Universal.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think it was. I gotta look it up.
It's funny.
I don't
Dakota
think it was
Johnson.
Sony.
I think Dakota Johnson was the shitting
It's
on
either
Madam Web.
Universal or Lionsgate.
Dakota Johnson was shitting on Madam Web. Sydney Sweeney is like, she doesn't care.
Mm. Well, I mean, we know why she was in the movie now, though. She came out and confirmed why.
Yeah, to get her other movie done.
Yeah, that's
course.
the only reason why she was in Mad Web.
Probably piss off some. Well, it shouldn't piss off any fans because the movie sucked.
Yeah, no, it's not like anybody cared. So
yeah, who cares? You're like, what they thought. Dakota Sydney Sweeney thought you're going to be the MCU. That's what they thought.
you don't think Disney needs Spider-Man in the MCU?
After Deadpool Wolverine.
I don't know about that. I think it's in their best interest to always hold on to Spider-Man regardless.
Yeah. Very much.
Because, I mean, outside of Deadpool and Wolverine, I mean, what other character is massively popular? I would say Doctor Strange is a pretty popular character.
I don't know. I mean, I think, well, I want to say he's really extremely popular. I just think maybe there's hype. Doctor Strange is a little hyped up because of Doctor Strange 2 without
I think a Doctor Strange 3 would could make the same amount of money if done right.
Well, let's say. You think Doctor Strange 2 would make close to $1 billion if it wasn't hyped up for cameos?
If it possibly yes, because I mean he was. You got to remember, I mean he was a pretty popular character in the Avengers movies.
That's true. We'll see how
He
Falcon does.
had probably one of the best action sequences in Infinity War too.
But the thing is, here's the thing is, Daredevil's not getting a movie.
Yeah, Daredevil's not. Yeah, there's.
Daredevil easily could do well the movie though.
I do wonder though if they would ever consider that.
Yes,
because
why not?
I mean, the thing is, Deadpool and Wolverine showed that they could do a rated R movie, but would people show up to watch a Daredevil movie? That's the only thing. I don't know.
If everybody's so excited for the show, I mean, it should be excited.
That might be, yeah, but that doesn't always translate, right? So
I know, but
I think it could be interesting. But what would I mean?
I mean, it is a little opposite. It would be the opposite of the Batman and the Penguin because Batman came out first, then the Penguin.
Yeah, but Daredevil is. I mean, if they did get a bigger budget for a movie, what exactly would you do it like? What would you do with that money? Because it seems like everything that we kind of wanted with Daredevil has kind of already been done.
They use that money to get like someone to appear with.
Yeah, I remember the Grassy.
Spider-Man, Kate Bishop, someone.
Like, well, I'm talking about like action sequences. I feel like Daredevil is a character that works on a smaller scale, and he's a much more character-focused hero.
You can say the same thing with Batman, though. Like, Batman could be
not necessarily. I think Batman is. There's a lot of stuff going on in terms of, the villains or locations and things like that. Like, majority of Daredevil stories take place in Hell's Kitchen, and on the off chance maybe there will be like a giant army of the Hand.
He only patrols one area of New York.
Yeah, he's not a very big scale character, especially compared to Batman.
That's the difference between him and Spider-Man. Spider-Man does all of New York, right?
Yeah. And also, Spider-Man is a character who is, again, he's swinging around. Yes, Daredevil swings around, but not to the degree of Spider-Man.
Well, not like he doesn't.
Spider-Man is more of a science fiction elements as well. Daredevil is a much more crime focus. I mean, obviously there was Stan Lee's Daredevil, but I mean they're not going to do that. They're really not. I mean, She-Hulk kind of proved that nobody's really interested in a campy Daredevil or swashbuckling.
No, campy Daredevil will not work. I mean, She-Hulk had to be campy because She-Hulk has always been perceived as a campy character. Like,
it's just the camp wasn't like executed well.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, like
Deadpool Wolverine it was, but here it was just like, ugh.
I still don't think She-Hulk was as bad as people say it was. I think the
no,
only
no.
problem with She-Hulk was the ending, where
Well,
it
that was
kind of
not a good
just
ending.
yeah, it could have been way better. It was an interesting idea, definitely a She-Hulk idea for sure, but it just sort of like happens way too quickly and everything is solved, and you're like, why didn't you just like have an? I mean, Tony had this idea where it's like, oh, she rewrites everything, and then the finale is the rewritten
Yeah,
episode. That would have probably made more sense.
they even kicked them with the curb in the comics.
Hmm.
Yeah, Daredevil. This thing is,
I wouldn't be against the Daredevil movie. I just kind of don't know where you would take a Daredevil movie in terms of bumping up the scale and the action and all of that. Because I feel like it's already pretty well done on a TV scale. And like it's not like I really want to see a Daredevil movie where he's like constantly flipping around, or these big budget action sequences and explosions, and like I don't know. I don't think about those stuff with that character at all. I think it's more of a like you want to see the drama with Matt Murdock and how he's dealing with all of his problems. That's the appeal of the character to me, at least. So, I mean, and he's been written like that for quite some time. Like after Frank Miller, like
I just wanted to
what
just go
Daredevil
forward.
run, like the closest Daredevil run that came to being like Stan Lee was Mark Waid, but Mark Waid still it was still very much in line with what Frank Miller was doing. Like it was sad, depressed Matt Murdock,
Yeah,
and he was going on these big adventures, but they still would eventually make it small scale. Either he was in Hell's Kitchen or he went to San Francisco, but that's really the only recent uh, sort of stuff. I mean, well, okay, hold on. Now that I think about it, I think that okay, I'm sort of going to change my opinion here just a tad bit. If they were to do a Daredevil story or Daredevil movie, sorry, it would probably would involve what's going on currently in the comics, because that was I feel like you couldn't do that on a big or a small scale because it requires a lot of characters, but it would also require Spider-Man too, where Kingpin is mayor and he's cracking down all the superheroes, and then Daredevil ends up in prison, and then there's like a
hmm
whole prison breakout sequence. So they could do something like that, like Devil's Reign movie, but I don't know. They would have to have a lot of characters for that. So
Kingpin should not fit the multiverse stuff. I don't know.
yeah, personally, yeah. I feel like if they are going to do multiverse, they might as well just do Venom. Because it's
Yeah,
like Tom Hardy is a good actor. Tom Hardy going up against Tom Holland. Pretty sure that's what everybody wanted from the start. It's been 6 years. Yeah, it's maybe people are not as hot as or hot on the idea as before. But why not? It's still going to make money. It's Spider-Man 4. Like at this point, Spider-Man 4 is going to make money regardless.
yeah,
It's literally
it's
sandwiched in between
bulletproof
two
right now.
Avengers movies. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's bulletproof.
it's bulletproof. Spider-Man. That's the only movie I could say guaranteed that's not Avengers big scale. Like that's bulletproof. I
Yeah,
mean, Fantastic
100%.
Four. I wouldn't even say that for Fantastic Four.
No,
Any
I
movie with
wouldn't
the
say
name
that
Spider-Man is
either.
gonna be
Yeah,
bulletproof.
Yeah,
if it's a, yeah, at this point, yes. If
it's
it says Spider-Man on it, it is bulletproof.
yeah.
Not the Spider-Man spin-off movies, but yeah,
Oh no, Spider-Man
yeah,
Monsters.
obviously, yeah.
No, they're not bulletproof at all.
I think
Ay,
Mister Negative is definitely a cool character, but I kind of want him to be a reoccurring character. I
Mr.
also
Negative.
feel like yeah, Mister Negative.
I don't think
Uh,
the thing is, people are gonna compare him to the video game version.
oh yeah, I mean at this point, obviously, because
I
that's the
mean,
most. I mean, Mister Negative. I'm pretty sure he wasn't in any animated shows. I mean, he was a Dan Slott character, so
I don't.
I,
He
I don't
was
think he
not
appeared in
in.
anything else.
How was? No, he was not in the original animated shows. He was not in the 60s, 70s
Mm.
show. He was not in the 90s, early 90s show. No.
No, yeah. So I mean, that was his first appearance outside of the comics, and again, the game was good, and he was a pretty good villain. Very different and unique because most people don't know the character. But I feel like Mr. Negative is a sympathetic character, so you kind of want to at least build him up a little bit. And I feel like if you are going to do Mr. Negative, wouldn't that just be repeating what we got with Homecoming and Far From Home? Like it's almost identical. So I feel like you
Yeah.
kind of want to do something different.
Yeah. Um, me.
Unless it's like a Sinister Six situation. Because this is another character I don't understand why
Okay.
they haven't
Hobgoblin.
used.
Something
Yeah,
against Hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin. I
Um,
don't know how that's gonna work.
yeah,
Because
because
that requires you to introduce I forget the guy's name.
not Norman.
What's not Norman. Well, actually, you
I
know
mean
what's
Green
funny?
Goblin. I mean people are, and
Meta,
they do.
me and Meta were talking about this, and I was telling him, I was like, "Oh, did you know that Norman Osborn was actually going to be Hobgoblin, and it was going to be a third personality, right?" So I was like,
Oh,
"Oh, imagine if they did that in the MCU, so
Oh
they
wow.
could so they can kind of do something different with Green Goblin,
I
right?"
mean, yeah. If we do Hobgoblin in this movie, people are gonna be, oh my god, Green Goblin's gonna be coming. Another this 616 universe of Green Goblin's gonna happen because the Green Goblin,
Yeah,
because the Hobgoblin gonna basically have the same repertoire as the Green Goblin because they basically do kind of. They do. Ned
yeah.
Leeds, no, not Ned Leeds. That kid,
Oh gosh.
Ned Leeds is not
Ned
gonna be
Leeds
Hobgoblin.
is not Hobgoblin though.
No,
It was all bullshit. It was just
and
he
that
was
kid
being
is
pranked.
even that kid is never gonna be that Hobgoblin.
I guess you're right, Degrassi. Like, yeah, they would
I
want it to be
if
similar,
if it's Hobgoblin, it has to be the two: Jason McIndoe or
but
the original one, Roger Kingsley is his name. Roger
yeah,
King.
yeah, that's who I want. Yeah, they would have to introduce that guy, and they would
Yeah,
have to set him up. So I don't know, but hold on, I did want to say something. Degrassi, to your point, if that was the case, wouldn't it be more likely they would replicate what's in No Way Home because it's a multiverse story?
hmm
I feel like I feel like the reason why we don't know what it's going to be, and this is just my personal theory, I think it is going to involve Toby and Andrew because, and I know the thing is, all these fans keep saying they don't want it, but here's the thing:
that's
I
a
think the
lie.
biggest criticism, yeah, for sure, it's a lie, but one of the biggest
That's
criticisms of No
doomed.
Way Home is the fact that they aren't in the movie a lot. Like in all reality, we never actually got a movie where they're there right from beginning to end, and they're involved in every little part of the movie, or they
hmm
go on their own side adventures or whatever it is. So I feel like you might as well do one more movie with them where they're all together and they're going up against some threat.
It's
That would
getting.
obviously print money. And people, as much as people are going to say it's going to ruin No Way Home, it really isn't. It really isn't because No Way Home is a different story. This is going to be a new story.
No, you could bring him back for a different multiverse story. I mean, why not? If it's a different
Yeah,
story,
it's
if
not
it's
like
not
they
rinse and
killed them
repeat,
off. They just went back to their universe.
yeah. If it's not rinse and repeat, they do something different. If it's rinse and repeat, yeah, they may have a point, but
Yeah.
like if it's not, why not? Right? It could work.
I think with the MCU being doomed,
Degrassi is really.
Oh.
I think in the next 2 years
I
they're
see what you did
okay.
there. I see what you did to Degrassi.
Yeah,
MCU
he's
is
saying
doomed.
literally. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's doomed in the next 2 years. I think afterward, for sure. I don't know what's going to happen.
It's
I think
doomed.
really the only trick they have up their sleeve is X-Men. That's really it. And I don't know to what degree people are willing to have the X-Men be milked. You know what I mean? Because the X-Men are 100% milked in the
Oh yeah, they're
comics.
gonna milk the X Men, and what they're gonna do is gonna have other, and they're gonna do spin offs X Men stuff. They're gonna not just
Yeah,
have.
but are those
I
spin-off
think
stuff going to work? That's my
Yeah, they're gonna have
question.
like X. Well, you can say George.
I think the other thing they're gonna have to look out for post Secret Wars. Well, actually, they'll have to look into it next year. Is how this new Fantastic Four movie is gonna do, and if you can make
Yeah,
a series in the
Mhm.
MCU with it, I feel like that's gonna be the main focus will be X-Men and Fantastic Four post Secret Wars. Because I'm gonna go into the assumption because the Fantastic Four and the MCU are from like a futuristic 1960s universe.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with the assumption that like by the end of Secret Wars, they're gonna fully be in the MCU. This Fantastic Four cast.
You
They
probably-
could even be reset into the MCU timeline,
Exactly.
which is my guess is what's going to
like
happen.
Here's the
they're
thing.
gonna find some way to incorporate them
Here's
in
my
there, whether
hot-
they're stuck or they're retooled
Here's my
or
real hot take.
rewritten.
People are excited for Doom. I said a couple years ago, I think Doom should be a Loki type villain. But
Mhm.
based on he's getting his own movie and probably be a couple movies leading to that, and maybe Secret Wars, I think Mephisto is going to take that role.
Mm,
Aaron's turned
I
into the
don't
boy who cried Mephisto. Just kidding.
Because Mephisto.
Well,
the thing
he is technically in the MCU now since with Agatha, but we haven't.
Yeah,
and we'll see.
the thing is, Mephisto's never really been
He-
like a Thanos or a Doctor
No,
Doom
but he's
kind of
more of a
character.
behind the scenes kind of character, right?
Yeah, he definitely shows
That's
up
why-
and
That's why he
messes
fits that
stuff
role
up.
better, blinded. That's why he fits the role better.
You know,
I kind of like him being a neutral villain because that means he can kind of do a lot more chaos and damage, and he can work with different people.
Yeah.
Him
yeah.
being a straight villain, I'm not like the biggest fan of personally. That's why I disagree
I
with
don't think
that.
it'd be
But
like. That's not.
I just came up with the perfect title for the next Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man: Home is Behind.
so,
And we'll
Home
get
is
and we'll get and we'll get
No.
a song and we'll get
Spider-Man-
the song from Return of the King where they're singing
No.
Home
Spider-Man 4.
is Behind.
Spider-Man 4, Home is Hell. Mephisto appears in Spider-Man 4, and Mephisto tells Peter Parker, I'll give you, everybody will remember you for your soul when you die.
No.
Ay,
I
ay, ay.
It'll be the reverse. It'll be the
Selling
reverse
your
thing,
soul-
you know,
oh,
from the
yeah,
comic?
the
Mary
reverse
Jane
from One
thing?
More Day.
Yeah, one more day, be the reverse of that. Blinded and torch. Yeah.
That would be that would actually be an interesting plot. Like I'll give you back what you lost and was
Hey,
forgotten.
my stuff in the MCU, my stuff I just come up actually did happen in the MCU.
Mm.
See, with X-Men here, now like there's so many with X-Men, you're mutants in general. You're opening up a Pandora box,
Yeah.
okay? Because you can do so much, not just the X-Men, but other mutants, right? Other mutants out there.
Well, yeah, they have different teams.
And
They have solo
teams-
characters.
yes, and they can have their own Disney spin-off show or movie. Like you can,
But I do think it would be I think at this point, I know there's a big rumor that Wolverine isn't going to be in the mainline MCU X-Men team. I don't know if that's a great idea, to be honest.
that's a rumor.
That is the rumor. I could definitely see them doing that because they're trying to make it as different from the Fox X-Men movies. I think personally they should have Wolverine. It's just he shouldn't be the main focus. I think it's that simple. Because Wolverine is still a very extremely popular character that I feel most people associate X-Men with. So if you're going to do an X-Men movie and he's not there, I mean, look at the Fox movies without him. I don't think they were received well, and most of the time, they didn't even do well box office wise. So why would you get rid of Wolverine? I don't see the point in that.
I mean,
Especially if Cyclops is going to be on the team.
yeah,
I don't understand that either.
with the X-Men movie, you gotta find a way to get best interest in the characters, all of them. You can't just do like the past X-Men movies and just make us ignore, not get interested. Like they kind of they shafted kind of Cyclops, a little bit of Storm. You gotta like what Guardians did. The thing with Guardians, I know you love Guardians, but you have to admit they did a terrible job with Drax.
Yeah, because I mean they really couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah,
There
Drax-
wasn't enough time. There wasn't.
yeah.
He wasn't the main focus, and I also think personally, James Gunn wasn't that interested in doing Drax's origins and going into all of that because I think it would just slow things down. And I don't see the connection of how you would do Drax's origin when each movie is more focused on Star-Lord. Star-Lord is definitely the point of view character, so
Yeah,
it
but
just is what
then
it is.
yet, I mean, they did Gamora. I mean, they focused Gamora on some of the Guardians movies, and also her
Hmm.
relationship with Nebula, and also
Yeah,
with
but that was
Thanos.
because it was a parallel to
Yeah,
Star-Lord.
yeah.
Because it was about Star-Lord and his
What I
dad.
would say, Groot. I mean, Groot, you couldn't really do anything, but like
Yeah,
Raccoon, they had to wait to the third movie,
right.
right? Um,
Yeah, I mean, unless they did bring back Drax's daughter, that they could have done that in the second movie, but that would have been way too much. They were doing a lot
and
of juggling
in
in
the
that movie.
game came out a couple 3 years ago. They focused on
Yeah,
Drax.
the game does it pretty well for sure. What they
Yeah,
do with Drax, yes. Yeah, that was definitely
I
a highlight of the game.
I, I felt like that was on purpose.
Mm,
Like maybe the creator, the developers watched the Marvel movies and it felt like, yeah, Drax is getting ignored. We should do something about Drax in our game.
right.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think they're taking a shot.
Well, I think, and this is another thing too. Again, I don't know about if this rumor is true, but there's a rumor that they're going to be doing a Annihilators movie. Like basically, it would be a sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy,
Oh, okay.
and Star Lord would lead a new team. Uh, I mean, that's another thing too. It's the Guardians of the Galaxy movies were successful. The third one is
Yes.
one of the more better received movies post Endgame. And yeah, James Gunn is gone, but it would be kind of stupid if they didn't do anything with the Guardians of the Galaxy going forward.
Oh,
Like
with
you pretty much like the MCU really should just be, in my opinion, if they want to continue doing this, but it would have to be at a pace, a very spread out pace. But just focus on the cosmic stuff, right? That would be Guardians of the Galaxy, and I guess Fantastic Four,
in the
and then
Marvels,
you
I
could
guess.
do the grounded, more the ones that would technically cross over with other areas, and that
Yeah,
would
yeah.
just be Avengers and X Men, and
Mhm.
then you can have
And that'd be the
uh,
Captain America stuff, spy stuff, New York,
yeah,
yeah, stuff. That
yeah, and then I guess you can come up with the supernatural, like maybe Marvel Knights, and then you can have the more mature characters in that section. They don't really need to introduce a lot of new characters unless they know for sure that it could be well received or more unique. So I don't know.
yeah,
Th-
it's a feel thing. That the new Guardians probably just wouldn't feel the same without Gunn and the visual team.
we're well,
Hey, don't
sure.
worry, Nova's coming out in 3 years.
I think if they get someone good, I don't. This is the thing. I think them calling it Annihilators will definitely separate it. But if it has Star Lord, I don't think it would confuse people. They would be like, "Oh, this is just a new version of Guardians of the
They
Galaxy."
should get Sylvester Stallone's
Because
team.
why would they
Start what's
just kind of leave them out just because James Gunn did a good job with it? It's like why not just continue and get someone who's good or has a new idea? That's how I feel about it. But Heroes Reborn, which Heroes Reborn though?
get Ghost Rider. We need Ghost
Are
Rider.
you talking about like the '90s one or like the recent Heroes Reborn? Because that was another. The recent Heroes Reborn. That could have been a cool multiverse story,
Besides,
but they don't really care, I guess.
Besides the X Men, Ghost Rider's like major Marvel character they need to bring. Like one of the few last one.
Yeah,
Go.
we'll get them for sure.
I mean, if you're getting Mephisto, I assume like in Ironheart, I assume we get Ghost Rider down the line, right?
Yeah,
And Ghost Rider, to me, I would not give him his own movie.
mm.
I would have him come up with something else, a team up movie or something like that. I mean,
I think he should get a TV show.
oh
I don't know
yeah,
why Marvel canceled that Ghost Rider TV show. I think that was definitely stupid Oh, okay, the original Heroes Reborn. I think that show would have been successful. I get why they canceled it, but at the same time, they didn't do anything with Ghost Rider. So what was the point of
Just get
axing it?
Morbius.
Yeah, Avengers: The Crossing.
Just get Morbius, be part of Midnight Suns.
Midnight Suns is another. Give that one a go.
Wait, what?
Heroes Reborn was at the. Well, actually, they could have done. Actually, now that I see what Degrassi's saying, I understand the connection now. Because it's like, okay, the Thunderbolts were the Avengers because the Avengers were gone. So that's kind of what's happening in the MCU. So it kind of would make sense that they would do Heroes Reborn. But here's the thing. Does that mean they're bringing back Iron Man, Captain America, and, well, I mean, Thor's already around. But like the original, not their replacements.
Want to transition to the over DC stuff? Justice League stuff. James Gunn.
Yeah, James Gunn. James Gunn pretty much confirmed what everybody was thinking. So
James Gunn rejects the rumor about directing Justice League, the New Frontier movie.
Well, he also said that the DCU is going to be based on the New Frontier. He said that on Threads. Yeah. I also don't believe that he's not going to direct Justice League.
I agree with you. I think he might do it.
I think the only reason why he's saying that is because we're not getting Justice League for quite some time, so he doesn't.
Yeah. The thing is, people are not patient with the DCU.
We haven't even got the first movie. Like this is not going to be something.
We're just getting our first show in a month.
Yeah, but even that, it's technically the DCU really starts with Superman. That's where everybody's going to be introduced to it. Because I know some people are not going to be watching Creatures Commando, not because it's bad or anything, but just because, again, I think it's more niche. It's for a certain section of people.
It's not for kids. That's for sure.
Yeah, Superman is definitely for all ages.
Yeah.
Mostly everybody's going to have their eyes on it. That's really where the DCU is going to start, in my opinion.
The thing is...
I don't see why we have to, pun intended, but...
Degrassi thinks lanterns would be like the penguin, be like that. I think it's a mistake with lanterns. Because... If
it's rated R... I mean, what exactly are they doing in it that would make it rated R?
I think that would be a mistake because, to me, like, it's part
I
of
don't really think so.
You got to watch. I mean, if it's going to tie into the overall big arc, don't you want everybody to see it, even kids?
But from the sounds of it, it seems like it's going to segue into what's going on. Not necessarily that it's that you need to watch it.
Oh, okay.
Didn't James Gunn kind of allude to the fact that you don't need to watch all of the DCU movies to understand what's going on?
You know what? They said it with Marvel, and that's a lie. Sometimes in Marvel,
it is a lie, but not necessarily, because look at Agatha.
Well, actually, I think I think with WandaVision, you actually had to see WandaVision and Miss Marvel to watch the Marvels, to understand the Marvels.
But I meant like...
Oh, with Agatha, yeah.
Like that show and what happens, like that's not going to
no
forward. Like if you're following WandaVision and Agatha, that makes sense. But if you're not interested, you don't have to watch it. It's not going to affect the Avengers movies. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So like Lanterns will, if they do other stuff with Green Lantern, I assume if you're interested, you're going to have to go back and watch that stuff. But if Green Lantern shows up in a cameo or he's in a Justice League movie, I don't think they're going to explain all the stuff about Green Lantern, or you know what I mean? Like he will just be there and that's it.
I hope people want to see the Batman too. I
don't see why they wouldn't see the Batman.
Well, I mean, if they probably have to watch the Penguin to understand.
And also, hold on, but like the Penguin's rated R and the Batman's
Yeah.
PG-13.
Actually, I think it's 14.
Oof.
But the Batman?
Let me check. What's the Batman rating? I
I'm
think it's
pretty
actually
sure the
not.
Batman is PG-13. Or he's talking about our Canadian score. If that's the case, it might be 14. But I believe in
Yeah.
Americans it's PG-13.
It might be PG-13 in America. Yeah.
Yeah, but the Penguin
You,
is rated R. It's a TVMA show.
you guys never had like Temple of Doom like create that in between like it did in the States?
We have different in betweens. We have basically 14 is like a slightly more mature PG-13, and then there's also a 18, but 18 is not X-rated. So you could be under the age of 18 and still see an 18 movie, but if there's an X-rated movie or a 7 or not 17, that's US. But there's because this my friends were telling me when they saw Terrifier 3, this was like the first movie where you weren't someone who was 18 was not allowed to see that movie, but for whatever reason there was kids in the movie, which is fucking insane. Like my friend was saying there was some kid sitting beside him and he was like, man, that is some terrible parenting. Because that movie is holy shit, man.
Let's go to video game stores. Kids want to play Grand Theft Auto. Mature.
Yeah, but it's not the same as watching Terrifier 2.
No.
Just for context of what Terrifier 2 is in Terrifier 2, I would say like what my friends described. I didn't see the movie, but what they told me, that's a porno. That sounds like a porno, like straight up. The shit that they do in the movie. It's like holy shit. Like I've never seen that in a movie. I mean, there are movies like that, but when people start playing with their their private parts in a sexual way, I assume that like you couldn't get away with that in a rated R movie at all.
You won't see it though. You might like.
No, you see it in Terrifier 3. You see it.
Oh no, not a rated R movie. You won't see it in a rated R movie. No,
you wouldn't. You would see like nudity, but you wouldn't see that. No,
erotic.
Not.
Did anybody that? Yeah, at some parts it is. I mean, the stuff that they do. Did anybody in the chat see Terrifier 3? There's a specific part in the movie that my friend was telling me, and I was like, "Oh wow, I've never actually heard that in a movie. That definitely sounds like a porno."
That actually got a pass.
Huh? It didn't get a pass. It's an unrated movie everywhere.
I mean, like what I mean, like it actually was allowed to be shown.
Well, it was allowed to be shown because the last one made money. So why would they turn it down? Yeah, it's the few. I mean, in the States, it's the rare movie that's unrated that actually did pretty well. So it's pretty interesting. But yeah, I don't think I could watch that movie based on what they told me. I'm like,
I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah, who was telling? It might have been Sideways and my other buddy, the Boss Fighter, because we were talking about it in my stream. I'm pretty sure. And yeah, actually, was it you, Sideways, who was talking about it too? We were all talking about Terrifier 3. But yeah, my friend, I get like the shit that was in it. I'm just like, holy shit, man! Like they do a ton of other stuff too with because also I was watching Maxine, and Maxine, they do something with a character's private parts, but it's not the degree of what was in Terrifier 3. Like Terrifier 3, it sounds like you see a close up of someone's, vajayjay, and then they doing something with their hands and blood, and then they start pulling some shattered glass, and you're like, holy shit. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't want to see that either in a movie. I don't want to see that in a movie theater with a bunch of people. I'm good.
That's not even done in porn.
Yeah, but I mean, it's porn-like. You wouldn't see this in a normal rated R movie for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay. They're making. Yeah, I know they're making a fourth one.
Because people are talking about it. Like, I see it on X. People talk about it. Like,
Well, it made a lot of money. Didn't it make $50 million on like a
so
shoestring budget? They made a shit ton of money.
well, people are sick in the head if you want to see that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, the guy who made it is sick in the head. Like they kill kids in graphic ways.
Oh God.
Yeah, that was like a line for some people. A lot of people didn't like it because there's a scene you could see it actually on YouTube. It's not as graphic, but again, still really fucked up. I don't think I've ever seen this in a movie where like a mall scene where the Art the Clown, he's there and he's like with the kids and stuff. And then he pretty much blows up the kids, and then you see their like intestines. It's really fucked up. And you're like, holy shit, man.
And what's this again?
Any gore or whatever.
No. The Walking Dead does not
For
do it.
Terrifier, in my opinion, Degrassi, I disagree. I think it's way worse than something like The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead does not go this graphic.
The Walking Dead, you'll see intestines and they're eating like carcasses and things like that, but
you won't see blown up kids or like that kind of.
But in Terrifier, it's like kind of like sadistic humor where they're like my friend was saying like, listen, I apologize for saying this, but like I just want to make my point here, right? They fed somebody a rat, and then the fucking the rat is like eating the girl from the inside out, and then they also slit the character's throat, and then they are like ripping it open, and then where they cut the guy's balls, and then you slowly are watching him get cut open from his balls. It's just like way too fucking much. And you're like,
I gotta say this about Terrifier 3. They actually filmed that at my mall.
Damn.
Yeah, no. Here's the thing. I remember because back in, I think it was February, like I was at the mall a couple times before work and I saw some movie being filmed. I didn't know what it was. I just saw like this Christmas set being made.
Yeah.
That they were using like, I guess, like a store that wasn't being used and whatnot. So I was like, wow, what's going on here now? And like I saw like this weird golf looking Santa. Now I know what it is, and it's just
yeah, it was Art the Clown. Even if it's a movie, personally, I've never been into gore porn. I like horror movies. Gore porn is kind of where I draw the line because it's just like I don't know. It's something about it disturbs me a lot because I don't know if this is way too dark to say, but if you see real life dead bodies in real life, or even when they're cut up and main and listen, I don't go and search this shit, but my friend was showing me some fucked up thing, and I was just like, holy shit, that does it. Oh yeah, he's 100% fucked up.
Not Obama, is it?
No, it's a Monkey. Monkey's a fucked up guy, for sure. Monkey. For sure, Monkey's really fucked up.
Why is he into that stuff?
I have no clue. I have honestly no clue, but he was showing me something.
Into death?
This was when we were watching Maxine. I went to his house. We're all sitting down. This guy is randomly... I'm exposing him, by the way, but he's not going to see this. But he was showing me something, and I was just like, this is fucked up. Why are you looking at this? I won't go into detail, but it made me sick. And the thing is, like, I looked at it, and I was like, this is real life. But honestly, a lot of movies are way more graphic than this. And this was insanely graphic of what happened to this person. It was like in Turkey, so, like this... I don't know, this guy killed this girl. It was fucked up what he did. Everything in Terrifier, it's like, I don't know, it's way more graphic. I could totally see now why people would say, like, things have been desensitized for sure. Because it's like, yeah, when you actually do look at real life violence, I don't know, it doesn't, I don't know, for me, it's like, I don't know, looking at a movie is way more graphic. But yeah, I know Terrifier is supposed to be cartoonish and like funny and stuff like that. I don't know, the way that they described it, I'm just like, it makes me squirm and stuff. I'm just not a fan. Zombie stuff I can be okay with.
Your friend,
but yeah, like Saw and those are things I don't really care.
Here's the thing about my horror. Okay, you know what kind of horror I like? I like horror with good stories. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know some of you like Jason, Mike Myers. Um,
Yeah, I
Fred,
like Halloween for sure.
like the thing is, I don't like Freddy, Jason, Freddy Krueger,
Mm.
Mike Myers. I like some of them, but I like horror that's actually well witted. For example, like Sidious,
Mm.
Conjuring.
Yeah, Conjuring's good.
Yeah, like I
You
like
like more
horror is
ghost
not. I don't
stories?
like campy. I don't like horror that's like. I mean, the people like
I
horror just
like
for
campy.
horror,
I
right?
like campy horror. I
I,
like
see,
this.
I don't like.
Like, there's
I
a
don't like campy.
degree of. This is the thing, right? Like,
Not
I
like
get
great
what
horror.
Degrassi's saying, where it's like cartoonish, because it's like, yeah, there's gore that is cartoonish, like Evil Dead,
I,
Yeah.
or sometimes like I don't even mind body horror, but like there's a degree of what level I can like want to see. Like sometimes it's like I just really not in the mood to see any
I
of
like.
this. Like that's even though I like horror, that's like the one thing where I'm like, I don't know. I think it needs to be done in a little bit more of a tasteful manner or something that's more interesting and not just straight up shock value. Because then I'm like I'm just off putted, and then personally it doesn't do anything for me. And it's from the sounds of it, Terrifier is just a shock porn movie. It doesn't really have a story or anything. It's
I'm
just
with
look at
Sideways.
the most
I
insane
like
shit we
Scream.
do.
Go
Yeah,
ahead, Tim.
Scream is pretty good too.
Yeah, like the Scream franchise to me is probably the most consistent horror franchise. Although
Yeah.
I was rewatching Scream 3 back in October. Oh my goodness. The First of all, if this movie didn't tell you that the people that made it knew what Harvey Weinstein was doing, I don't know what other movie will tell you.
Oh my God.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's literally a fictional version of Harvey Weinstein in this movie.
Damn.
But like literally like talking about like the parties, like the casting couch. Good lord! But the other thing is like I always the thing that I always noticed whenever I watch Scream 3 was that of the Scream movies before, and that includes before and after Scream 3, it was always the least violent and it was focused much more on humor.
Yes.
I didn't realize that the reason why was, first of all, it wasn't Kevin Williamson that wrote the movie. It was
Mm.
Ethan Kruger, who has a very iffy writing record.
Hmm.
But second of all, the movie was being written around the time Columbine happened. And when
Hmm.
Columbine happened, like the studios were, there was like this debate about, does media promote violence in the youth? So they
Hmm.
were trying to make Scream 3 less bloody, less violent, and they
Mm.
were
Hmm.
doing all they can to avoid having teenagers getting killed. Instead of having it take place in a small town, it was going to take it took place in Hollywood. And here's the thing: in Kevin Williamson's original plan, you know Matthew Lillard's character Stu, right?
Hmm.
So
Yeah, yeah.
Matthew Lillard's Stu was going to be revealed to be alive and be the mastermind, not
Ever
Sidney
get a TV
Prescott's
smashed on his head?
half. Yeah, and
Hmm.
instead of Sidney Prescott's half brother. That's why if you're paying attention to like recent articles about Scream, like Matthew Lillard saying all this stuff about how he
Yeah,
thinks
he's
Stu is
not. He
still
doesn't like
alive.
Scream 5 or 6.
No, he didn't say he disliked them. He thought they were just too violent. He
Yeah,
enjoyed them,
Hmm.
but he thought they were too violent for his taste because
yeah.
Ghostface is using a shotgun when he doesn't need one. But he
Oh
also
yeah,
revealed,
yeah, yeah. His
but
yeah. That's right. Because
but
Ghostface's thing is a knife.
But he also
Yeah.
revealed that he thinks Stu is still alive. He believes Stu is 100% still alive because
After getting
Hmm.
he was supposed to still be alive in Scream 3.
after getting a after
Right.
getting a freaking what? Last time I checked, didn't he get a TV smashed on his face
Well,
or
not
something?
just that, like when him and Billy were like wounding themselves to make it look like they got attacked because they were gonna plan on being the survivors and blame the whole thing on Sydney's dad. Like Stu was going on saying, "You cut me too deep, man. I
Hmm.
might be dying." Yo, the fact that he later
I
played,
like more Scream
You
just
know
based on
what's
the
you
meta
know what's the
commentary.
worst? You
I
know
think
what's the
it's kind of
worst
fun.
when
yeah, I
you
love the
see
meta. Well, here's the thing. I like entertaining movies, and Scream
this
is one of the more entertaining horror movies
this
to watch.
Hmm.
I have a question for you. Just
Wes Craven was into the meta stuff though.
Yeah, he was.
But,
Was
yeah.
Michael Myers? Does Michael Myers have psychic powers to make somebody evil? Because
no, he's not. He's not. Well, I mean, yeah, with the sequels and stuff,
that's
I don't know
the
what
final
fuck they were
movie
doing.
of the trilogy that came out 2022. I'm like, so he made that.
Well,
kid.
he's not really supposed to. Like, you're not.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be. He's not. That Halloween Ends is one of the one of the worst things I've ever seen. Holy shit!
The thing is, like,
actually, you know what? It's kind of weird. Joker 2 is actually very similar to Halloween Ends.
Oh God.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, yeah, they're kind of very similar movies. I should probably watch those both of those movies again because it's like now that I think about it, they are very similar in terms of what they're trying to talk about.
it's like when that kid just looks at Michael Myers' eyes and all of a sudden he's fully evil.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is Michael Myers?
Well, it was more like he was like kind of destined to become Michael Myers or something similar to Michael Myers, but
except he was cold, but he wasn't. Michael Myers was pure cold. The kid, I mean, like, he was psychotic, but he wasn't.
Like, I like the idea that Michael Myers is like, it's almost supernatural, but it's not really supernatural. Like, there's no real explanation to it. That's why I like the first Halloween movie. It's still one of my favorite movies of all time.
Halloween is phenomenal. Yeah. I mean, the way
anything John Carpenter touches, I like, but
the way like he describes Michael Myers, the doctor, like Donald Pleasance, like it's just like one of those things that's like, man, like this discussion about good versus evil.
Oh,
it's so much more powerful than it really deserves to be in these movies. I think one of the things I also love about Scream, along with the meta commentary, is that it's always someone different with a new set of motivations. And I love the mystery feel. It's like R-rated Scooby-Doo without the talking dog.
Yeah.
Although Scream 2, I hated it when Randy died because I would be Randy in that scenario. I'd be the movie geek that'd be trying to get the girl.
You know what's another movie I didn't get to see?
What?
The Exorcist Believer.
Oh,
I didn't watch that movie yet. Yeah, I know it's kind of mixed, but I was kind of curious, and obviously the movie, because what's his name is doing the next movie. I'm blanking on his name. Shit. You know, he does a lot of Netflix shows.
Mike Flanagan.
Mike Flanagan, yeah. Yeah, he's doing the next one. I kind of want Mike Flanagan to do an Alan Wake show. Please, please, please. He's talked about it before. He's like, oh, yeah, I love Alan Wake. So, oh, man, if that ever happened, I'm going to freak out. I'm going to freak out live. You're going to see me live, like, have a fucking meltdown.
He did do the Shining sequel. I'm blanking on the name.
Yeah, Dr. Sleep. That was a pretty decent movie.
No, that was a good movie, Dr. Sleep.
Yeah. Isn't there a director's cut? Oh yeah, Mike Flanagan has a new movie too that came out. It was at TIFF. I didn't even get to see. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, Tom Hiddleston's in it. Yeah, I wanted to see that movie. I forgot about it. Yeah, but please, Alan Wake, please.
I'll never forget my introduction to horror. And I still watch it every year around Halloween. A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original.
Oh yeah.
That was my.
Have you ever seen New Nightmare? New Nightmare, George.
I want to, but I haven't gotten a chance.
Because that's what I was talking about, where Wes Craven is like really into meta.
But I heard that was really good.
That movie's pretty underrated. New Nightmare. Not a lot of people talk about it.
Because I love the meta of Scream in general.
Yeah, because New Nightmare is like, it basically it's supposed to be like the actress in real life is being haunted by Freddy Krueger.
I can't believe they're doing
it's pretty interesting.
I can't believe they're doing a sequel to the No You Did Last Summer. A third movie.
Oh, yeah.
With Jennifer Lopez, Freddie Prinze Jr.
They're
no, I think it's a new cast. It's a new cast.
You know, they're making a movie of the Until Dawn game. And
Oh
and
yeah,
in
yeah.
the Until Dawn
And
remake, they
Dead
set
by
up a
Daylight
sequel.
too.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that. Yeah, I haven't really got into that game. It's just because it's the
You know
multiplayer. I'm
what?
not into it.
If
But
they like Daylight, I don't know who's making a movie, but if they can convince each studio that has like Jason, Mike Myers, Freddy Krueger,
hmm,
Chucky, whoever has the rights, be like, you know what, we're making this movie. Well, you know what? We'll pay you to use this horror character in this game, like an all-star horror character.
yeah, did you? There's a rumor that NetherRealms
Oh
was
yeah.
trying to make a horror fighting game with all of the horror mascots.
Oh, good
Yeah.
for the movie.
So I don't know. I don't know because there's a rumor now saying that they're working on a new game. People think
Amazon.
it's Injustice 2 or Injustice 3, but even so, I think um, I mean that Alan Wake deal that they have with Annapurna that can go anywhere. So I hope Mike
What's Alan
Flanagan
Wake with
could
who?
somehow get
Who's
it.
Alan Wake with?
Annapurna Productions is the one that Remedy
Oh,
made a deal with to make Control and Alan Wake shows or movies. So they could shop it anywhere they want to.
Child's Play remake. Yeah, the show got canceled though this year after 3 or 4
Yeah,
seasons.
three's
That was
yeah,
filmed in Toronto too. The Chucky show.
yeah, the Chucky show.
Yeah, Miramax
Yeah.
has. Oh, Sony Paramount. Oh yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
there a rumor that they're doing a Halloween TV show?
I think so.
Uh, I still kind of want them to bring back Nightmare on Elm Street, but it's got to have like a interesting premise.
Yeah,
But
yeah, Freddy Krueger and Stranger Things.
oh
Not
yeah,
really.
speaking, I mean, since we're talking about horror movies, why did Hollywood Reporter run this article talking about horror fatigue and how like next year there's all these horror movies and they're likely to bomb or something because there's too many of them and you're just like when has that
Really?
when has anybody ever said horror fatigue? I mean, superhero fatigue makes some sense because one, it's a subgenre and most of these movies are very similar. Horror is a main genre. There's subgenres to horror movies. They've been making horror movies for a very long time. There's no fatigue just because there's more horror movies in one year. That I don't know. That was like a really dumb article, and I was just like, "What the hell are they even saying
Well,
here?"
horror is making in the past few years. It's making kind of a comeback.
I mean,
Yeah,
Terrifier
horror's
literally
definitely
just made
been
fifty
Yeah,
getting a
million dollars
renaissance.
on
yeah.
a yeah. I don't
That's
know
be-
what they were talking about. That was
that's
a weird
because
article.
that's because studios have now released a lot of horrors for like they right like
Yeah,
they went back to it. It's cheap, obviously. Horror movies
it's
are not
cheap.
overly expensive. Except the
Yeah,
Spawn movie will be quite
and
expensive.
well, George, did you hear this? Alien is not a horror movie.
Oh, that's Grace. Yeah.
What, Grace said that?
Yep, Grace said that.
Oh my goodness. But then
Yeah,
again,
she
no,
said
no.
she said the first Alien movie is not a horror movie.
Yeah.
I don't know
Wow.
what crack she was smoking that day, but
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what goes on in Grace's mind sometimes. One of these days, they should make a movie about the mind of Grace Randolph.
yeah, that was like the only crazy thing, honestly, she
Starting,
said recently.
starring Jessica Chastain. Jessica
She'd lose
Chastain.
her mind if that was the case. Jessica Chastain was playing
That's-
Grace Randolph in a movie.
Oh.
Holy shit!
You see at the premiere, Jessica Chastain taking a picture of Grace Randolph.
Well.
Oh, Jessica Chastain. Jessica Chastain saying that. Can you imagine?
Oh my.
Yeah, could you imagine?
She would get
Possibly.
nominated for a Razzie, not even an Oscar.
Yeah, not even.
Oh my god. Blinded tricked me earlier today, man. Before we go, because it's almost
Oh
12,
yeah.
Tell Blind, go out the joke, the trick.
Oh yeah, I told Aaron, I said, because Grace had a stream about the elections, right?
Yeah, she
Oh
did.
God.
and she was talking about how it was going to affect Hollywood, and so I wanted to troll him, right? So I typed in, "Oh, Grace admitted that she's pro-Trump, and like half her comments are now coming out as like Trump supporters and stuff." Which, by the way, most of the comments were actually pro-Trump in her comment section. That's why I had that idea because I thought it was
No.
funny. Yeah, and then she was like, pretty much like surprisingly like balance. Like you would think she wouldn't be balanced in the scenario,
Yeah.
or she wouldn't. She thought. I mean, I don't know what she was thinking. She almost made it a panel with like where you could go in and talk, and you're like, why would you do that?
Oh
Yeah,
That would
my
have been the dumbest
yeah.
idea ever.
She's so.
Yeah, people would have just had an absolute meltdown.
See, she'd be the last person I want to talk politics with because I can already tell
No,
that
she
her
does. She
politics
does
are
talk.
good.
She does inject politics and stuff in her videos
Yeah,
and streams.
at this point, she's like there's no denying that she talks about politics within her stream.
Campia doesn't do that though. But Campia,
No,
like,
but the Campy is a milk toast and boring.
yeah.
That's really it. Damn.
You know, Degrassi, that's true. You know what? Listen, Jessica Chastain, for someone who's in her late 40s, she's still hot. I guess if you can tell, I do have a type, and it is redheads.
Well, redheads.
Oh, I just admitted it. I just admitted my type.
You gotta be careful on redheads. They're fiery type.
Hey.
Oh man.
That- I don't mind that.
But that would have been funny if she was really pro Trump. No, you can tell by the
No,
you can tell when she talks about when she
she
does
said
mention
she's
something.
actually an independent, but she voted for.
I don't think she's independent. I don't think she's. I
No,
think
she
she's
is.
Dem-
She
Oh,
definitely
No.
voted.
She said no. She said she's a registered independent, and she voted for Kamala Harris. That's what she said
Of
on the
course, she
stream.
voted for Kamala.
The thing is,
Yeah.
how come in
Any
America you
woman
have to be
that's running, she's
registered,
gonna
and
vote
here in North America, in Canada, we don't have to be registered at all.
No, but you do have to be registered to vote, though.
Yeah, registered to
Yeah.
vote, illegal.
But
Yeah,
she
illegal.
can't. But she can't vote in primaries.
That's just,
Yeah, there's
Unless
no
the primary
register.
unless
I
it's an
don't.
open primary, you
Grace
can't
Randolph for
vote.
governor of New York for 2020.
Somewhat, George. Could you explain that? Why do you have to register for a party?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
So we have primaries. So for president, so here's the example. So when Donald Trump first ran back in like 2015, 2016, there were like 15 other Republicans. So to like pick who you want for the Republican nominee,
Yeah, we don't have that here.
you got to
finally.
register. You register as a Republican. So for the Democrats, it was Hillary and Bernie. So to decide who you you would during the primaries, you would, if you're a Democrat, you vote for either Hillary or Bernie.
Right.
So party
Well,
affiliation does.
Could you be registered as both?
No, you can't register as both.
So then you have to vote for the Democrat. Well,
Well,
okay,
here's
wait,
the thing. So you get to pick the candidate. You get to vote the candidate of your choosing. So if you're a Republican,
Right.
you want someone to. So let's just say like you want Donald Trump to represent the Republican Party when the Republican primary hits your state, like New York in April.
Right.
I can't remember. That's when you get to vote. So if, let's say I want Trump, I would vote for Trump when that comes, so Trump can be the nominee for president.
Right.
And the same thing for the Democrats because the Democrats' primary is the same, is around the same time in New York. So if I'm a registered Democrat, which I'm not, and I have to pick between, let's say, Joe Biden or Hillary Clinton, I would make my vote for whichever candidate I would prefer. Now the thing is, when the election comes, a general election, you don't have to vote for your candidate. So let's just say I voted for someone that's not Donald Trump, but Donald Trump got the nomination. I don't like Donald Trump. I'm open to voting for the Democratic nominee. I can vote for the Democrat nominee in the general election.
Right.
I can also, if I don't like either candidate, I can vote for the third party candidate if there is one, or I can write in a candidate of my choosing.
Right.
It sounds confusing, but basically you register with a party so you can pick who your party's nominee is.
Right.
Obviously,
Yeah,
Donald Trump is the one that a lot of people in my party want to pick, which I strongly disagree with, but I can't
Right.
control that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because here in Canada, we don't pick who becomes the
No.
prime minister. We don't even pick who becomes the party leader. That's
Yeah,
just
exactly.
decided within the party itself.
Yeah.
And they usually go with the person who is most qualified or
And
more
there's some
people
They,
there's
would
some
want out.
states where you don't where you can participate in the other party's primary. So I don't know what states
Okay.
exactly, but I know there's some where if you're a Democrat and you're allowed to vote for a Republican, not the Republican nominee, you can do that.
Right.
Because I know in one state there were some that were voting for Nikki Haley over Donald Trump so Haley could get the nomination.
Right.
Because people would rather have a normal Republican like Nikki Haley get the nomination over
an
Donald
insane
Trump,
maniac. Yeah.
who makes Lex Luthor look normal.
The thing is, Lex Luthor would be a better president.
So,
Thing is,
Except you.
Lex Luthor would have better temperament.
Yes, temperament, and you would
Like
not.
his temperament, particularly like the Superman Justice League animated series Lex Luthor,
The
voiced by
thing is,
Clancy Brown.
he would not get so triggered. Like Lex Luthor would not get triggered easily, like Trump does.
mm,
Like if I.
yeah, I didn't know that about the primaries and all that stuff.
Yo, honestly, I trust Lex Luthor over Elon Musk. Like, I
So,
trust.
okay, I have another question. What is an independent nominee? What like
So the thing is, it's the third parties are so weird because you got the Green Party, you got the Libertarian Party.
right?
There's really no official big third party yet. I don't know if there ever is gonna be. I hope there is one day
Hmm.
because both parties, I think, have screwed this country up in so many ways.
Hmm.
So I think
Partey.
independent, you're not associated with a party, but you can still vote in the general election. But unless you're in one of those states where you're allowed to vote in a primary, regardless of your party affiliation, you really got no say in the
So if an independent person were to win, they don't
That's never going to happen in
represent
the
a.
states.
well,
I
if
know,
it,
I know,
let's
but they don't represent a party,
it's so weird because there's been attempts at trying to make a third party.
right?
So, well, here's the thing: Bernie Sanders is an independent, even though he runs for the Democratic nominees.
But the guy's
Mhm.
gonna die if he's in the White House, man. The guy's like older than
But
Bush.
like he
Yeah,
always
he's too
manages to
old.
win despite being an independent in his Senate races.
Right.
Because they like old men off this Walker.
Well, no, because he's a socialist that's actually not a crazy lunatic.
Because I mean,
Like,
in Canada, there would never be an independent person. You couldn't be an independent
There is
person
no
and sit
independence.
in Parliament. Yeah, you
see,
have to be
the
part
thing
of a
is, and
party.
Degrassi actually said it. As of right now, third parties are spoilers in the already
Yeah.
broken system. I mean, Jill Stein, for example, she's this old hag that only comes
Mhm.
out during the elections, like basically like trying to say we gotta help Palestine. All this, she's really just a far left.
Who? Jill
Um,
Stein?
yeah, she's just a far
Hmm.
left
You
puppet to help
mean
Trump get elected.
Jill Stein? Jill Stein? You
Wait,
mean
wait, wait,
Jill? The
how?
same woman who's pro-Russian, pro
Yeah.
Syrian.
Oh,
Assad.
Listen. She's only there to take votes away from the
Yeah.
Democratic nominee to help Donald Trump get elected.
You
wait,
mean
really? Is that well,
that's what independents are. Independents usually.
She's
I
the
think.
Green Party candidate that
Yeah.
basically she comes in trying to get the youth vote by saying, "Oh, we got to free Palestine and all this," but in reality, she doesn't really give a rat's heck about Palestine
No,
or
no.
right?
Israel.
She's pro Assad. Assad did a lot of
Yeah,
atrocities.
she's
Like,
really
come
pro
on.
Putin. She's really
Yeah,
pro
yeah, pro
Putin.
Right,
Putin.
right.
Like,
Yeah, because wouldn't it? I
I don't
mean,
think you'll agree. I don't think.
wouldn't it make
I don't
more
think so
sense
either.
to start a party than to run as an independent?
See, I feel like the thing is, no one when I don't
Thank
think
you,
anyone
Degrassi. Finding about
knows how to
Putin.
create a third
Right.
party right now. It's like, okay, do we lean to the center? Do we lean to the normal right, the normal left? They're still trying to figure it out. It's like they wanted to do something called no labels, where they got middle of the road Republicans and Democrats that are unhappy with
they're
their
sane.
parties,
Right.
They're
but
sane.
don't want to vote for the other party. People like Joe Manchin from West Virginia, who was, he was a conservative Democrat that doesn't like Donald Trump, but he wasn't thrilled with Biden. Or someone
No.
like Chris Christie, who
Right.
cannot stand Donald Trump. He was the former Republican governor of New Jersey,
What?
but
Yeah.
he can't vote. But he's not going to vote a Democrat because he
Mitch
strongly
Romney.
disagrees with them.
Mitch Romney
Right.
can't stand Trump.
They were
Yeah.
trying to get Romney as well.
Yeah.
But Romney wants to retire from politics because,
Mitch Romney
unlike a lot,
stand
because
Trump. He could stand Trump from 2016.
Yeah.
because here's the thing.
Yeah.
Romney, unlike a lot of these old fools that are still in office, recognizes that I can't stay in office forever. We need to get younger people from both parties in.
Right.
That's why I like Romney, because he's actually very normal, very in the middle conservative. He's been true to hating Trump since 2016.
Mm.
And he recognizes that when your prime is up, your prime is up.
Right.
Yeah, Jill Stein is funded by Putin Degrassi.
Yeah.
Thank you. She's basically like the witch from Snow White that goes into hiding.
She's a Russian
Okay.
agent.
I'm not really familiar with Jill Stein, so
She basically she's like
she's a
the
communist, man. She's
a far left communist that
Yeah.
in reality all she does is help Trump. She takes votes away from Kamala Harris. I don't think she had any.
Oh, okay. I see
She did anything in 2020, but then again, 2020 was a special case due to the pandemic.
And how many times has she been running for presidency? Every time there's an election,
Here's the thing: she comes out whenever there's an election.
Yeah,
She's never there. She wasn't there during the beginning of the Trump presidency, or during the midterms to help galvanize new candidates, maybe push Green Party candidates. She's a fraud.
Yeah.
See, someone that a liberal that I do like, that's trying to make a third party, Andrew Yang. He's been unsuccessful so far because he left the Democrat Party
too. But also, you have to understand, the Democrats were trying to appease Iran too much. That's a mistake. Because they're afraid.
Yeah,
See, the reality is that each party has made significant mistakes.
Every party does.
Yeah.
All right.
No, that's interesting though. I didn't know that stuff. I'm kind of sometimes I'm interested in American politics, like the way the system functions, because it's so different compared to ours. You guys would probably be really confused.
Trump is not
but here's the crazy thing.
He's not going to go to prison now. He has immunity now.
Yeah, well, here's the crazy thing as well. So if you don't like any of the candidates that's offered, you can do a write-in. A bunch of idiots in 2016 wrote in Harambe. And now I'm wondering, have you heard the story of the squirrel that recently died?
Yes.
They wrote in Peanut the squirrel. I'm like,
oh man,
all you idiots that waste your votes on these dead animals.
Wait,
it's sad what happened to Harambe and Peanut, but good lord.
You guys can reject your ballot too, right?
Honestly, I have no idea.
I'm Degrassi. You guys can reject your ballot, correct?
Do you hear this? Did you hear about Australia might pass? They might pass a law that up to 16-year-olds you cannot have social media.
Good.
After 16,
only up to 16.
Yeah.
I feel like it really should just be 18 plus. Because at this point, like most of the social media platforms are rampant with porn. I don't think. First off,
Elon Musk especially
has let.
Threads is too. Threads is too now.
Did that you just show like
Threads is? Listen, the reason why I said to Aaron, I'm probably gonna get off of Threads is because this election. Yeah.
Oh, like X does.
It's just the algorithm isn't going to show it. What was I going to say? I was going to say Threads is going to become Twitter before Elon Musk.
I told you that. I said it was gonna be like.
Yeah, because of the election.
Yo,
Because
here's
it's
the
like I
thing.
go in and I'm already like swiping away, not interested, and people are just losing their minds. Like
I
they're
know.
arguing with people, like people who are normally talk about entertainment. They're just like, that's the only thing I saw.
That's
Is
why I
just
never
like
get
at this
political
point.
on my X
See, like
account.
here's the thing. Like I follow a lot of political people. And it's like, yeah, I'm not happy with the results of the election either. But it's like I feel like you're just making your stress worse right now.
Political, just
Well, I
talking
think people
politics.
going online and arguing with people, I don't see what good that really does.
Yeah.
Like I don't see how that benefits you, the other person. Like I don't mind talking about politics on my own platform, but I'm not going to go to someone I don't
The
know and argue with
the
them.
problem is on X on social media, you,
Mm.
most of the time you cannot have a civil conversation when you talk politics.
Well, you can't even have a civil conversation about fucking Marvel.
Yeah, that's true too. I mean, not just politics,
Listen,
general. Yeah.
listen. If we can't trust these people to have civil conversations
Yeah.
about movies, why are we gonna trust them to have civil
Yeah.
conversations about politics?
Politics,
Movies
exactly.
should be the thing that brings people together, and people can't even have
Well,
normal discussions about
I mean,
Yeah,
that.
exactly. That's why I say it's like
yeah.
you going online and trying to argue with people. I don't see what good that comes from. Like, what good is what is going to happen? Like, it's just going to be arguing. You're literally arguing with a fucking brick wall at that point.
All right. I
That's
really
why
do
I
have
tell
to
these
go.
people now, argue with the fridge when they want to argue with me, because it's like I'm not going to argue with
See,
you.
my thing is, it's like I always make posts celebrating movies, not debating movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I joke
I
around with
think
movies.
movies should be celebrated. I mean, we can have debates, but then it's like you gotta be careful who you're debating because some of these people don't take stuff well. There are certain
No.
people
Yeah.
on Twitter that get triggered when you insult Marvel movies.
Well, you got to be
Yeah.
careful with your wording, or just don't even bother.
Yeah, I actually have to.
Or you got to go.
I don't
I was
think you
actually
can
going to
legally
do a
do
live
that,
stream.
but
That's insane. Yeah, that part
phonography? Oh,
is
you mean?
insane. Well, in Texas, you do have to sign up to watch it and stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, I gotta go, guys.
I mean,
Thank you.
actually, some people might consider that a positive because it does have a negative effect on people's minds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
I
honestly,
mean, but
I
it's
think I
still
think some
restrictive though.
yeah, it
Like,
is. So it's like I think not too many people are going to complain about
That's
that
gonna go
one.
to straight to court, man.
I don't know about that.
And
Although a
he'll
lot
lose
of
that.
adult actors and actresses are going to be protesting that one for sure.
Yeah, and I'll be on their side. I mean,
I mean, like I
Yeah,
can understand it again because of it. The thing is, the internet's been around for so long, and they haven't done anything about it.
pornography's been there before the internet.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like in terms of accessibility, anybody can really access it now with
Yeah.
ease. I guess the more problem is with kids, but they don't. The thing is, yeah, that whole conversation's a weird conversation because it's like they say it's not addictive. I don't know if that's the case, to be honest, but
All right. Yeah. I
yeah,
really
that's
do
another
gotta go.
topic.
I really do gotta go, guys. Thank you for coming.